Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Saturday Night in San It.
How far can you extend that one?
Merry New Year! Ho, 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 ho.
Did you say Merry New Year?
Oh,
get out of
well,
the
it's not
game now.
Christmas anymore. It's New Year's. Merry New Year! Ho, ho, ho. Okay, finally it went away. Thank you,
I
JL.
like Rose is just like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Anyway, 32 months of subscription madness from JL. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the Prime Gaming. If you are a Prime Gaming, formerly Twitch Prime subscriber, you can subscribe to your favorite streamer for free every month. One of them. Just one. I hope you'll pick me.
Only one.
Only one.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one. The first SNE of 2021. And we still have all the Halloween stuff up because it's Halloween forever.
Where the hell do I?
Sam Hain was successful in his bid to make it Halloween forever. The Ghostbusters failed to stop him. That's it.
I've been saying for a long time that Halloween is every day. So.
I know. Well, so have I.
Where the hell is the fucking...
It is the only.
I don't know.
It's the only holiday that, for me, feels completely natural to celebrate.
Yes.
Like watch movies and listen to music and
True.
have decoration up and whatnot
Over here.
all year long. It's the only one like
Yes.
that.
That's true. Why is that sad?
I was gonna turn
That's
off
not
the
a
game.
sad thing. That's a good thing. Oh, sad for
the
Christmas.
Coins.
Yeah, because we just didn't do anything for Christmas this year. I posted 3 fucking Christmas videos on YouTube, and there's a 4th one coming, so
It's
suck
the gift
it up.
that keeps on giving the
Did you ever
whole-
do a Christmas video?
What about Christmas? Did you do anything for Christmas?
By wolves.
Excellent. Rosie's doing some grinding in Red Dead Redemption 2. She's doing some hunting, well, Red Dead Online specifically. She's doing some hunting for money and getting savaged by wild beasts.
All right,
By
excellent.
bears.
Turned off the game.
Yes.
I'm off the game. I'm here for the show now.
Thank you.
Sorry
Finally.
for being late. I was
God.
finishing up the fucking. I had like 5 laps to go. Sorry. Finishing it up.
So
It's
I
actually
had
still.
had a fun time this weekend. We did started the marathon on Thursday because that was New Year's Eve. So we did New Year's Eve marathon and decided to just keep the fun going the next day because we had some extra hours accumulated, and then got some more extra hours accumulated. So we went on to a 3rd day, which was today. Just finished right before SNI. So it was basically 2 days of Fortnite and a day of Dark Souls. And I am a Viking warrior who is very proficient at swordplay and pillaging and plundering, and I love a roast beast on a spit.
I'm also good at
delicious.
swordplay.
Good
Well,
lord.
yeah, yes. Anyway.
You have my axe.
You have
Give it
my
back.
Did you say ass? No, ah.
You have my
Ass.
ass. Yeah. So
I saw a meme of that recently, except it wasn't an axe. It was sweet. It was that Twisted Tea. Can.
Oh,
oh, that, yeah.
Oh, God.
That's great.
So many memes of that.
Mm.
Yeah, so I finished up Dark Souls. Well, I didn't finish it up. I finished up the section I was in. Beat this just massive, terrifying boss. And 25 people were watching. But apparently none of them were paying attention. So I was like,
No.
yes! Beat him! Woo! Crickets.
Hello?
Like, hello?
Oh,
I'm like
Did-
off
Is
to
that
Did
Anyone
anybody
here?
see
In
that? So, anyway, it's in the repeat if you want to see it. I actually,
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of Dark Souls,
Especially if you want to see him be like, did
Yeah.
the chat die or something? What's going on
That's
here?
right, like what's going... Well, because it was glitchy earlier today. A lot of streamers were streaming, but the chat died, so nobody could talk. So, And then just
Excellent.
Twitch itself completely died when I was originally going to go live. I'm like, oh, well, this is great. I guess I'll have a shower because I need one. So, I'm all fresh.
Thanks,
Wearing my
Twitch.
Atari shirt because retro is awesome. Yeah, and yeah, speaking of Dark Souls, I accidentally made one of the videos public this week, part 6, and people are asking, where's the other 5 parts? It's like,
Later.
You're not supposed to see them. They're for Patreon sponsors on YouTube. There's a big playlist of all my stuff. They are also on Twitch, if, you know.
You spelled unbelievable right. I'm shocked.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I know. It's amazing. It's unbelievable that he spelled unbelievable right.
You fucked up all those other words. It's so much easier, it's unbelievable.
So,
a word I fuck up frequently, so I'm confused why he can make it right and I can't.
So yeah, so anyway, normally those videos are unlisted and put on the playlist for the Patreon sponsors. I accidentally made it public because I think I was just very tired and I was sorting some of the archives for the week and accidentally made it public. So it was not intended to go public, but I hope those of you who caught it during the brief time it was public enjoyed it. If you'd like to see the remaining parts, they're all on Twitch. You can also catch me live when I'm playing. I play it live on Wednesdays. The Dark Wednesdays.
I don't remember Sean uploading any of the other ones. Why is there 5 here?
Yes.
I mean, look through channel and like, oh, this is an accident.
No.
And I look at the comments like, well, I don't need to tell him. He knows.
Yes. Well, I was very aware. There was the one confused viewer who was like, where's the other 5 parts? It's like, they're not public. Like, this one was supposed to be not public. So, anyway, got it sorted. It's all fine. But if you want to see everything, it's all on Twitch, and it's all on the Twitch-exclusive playlists for my Patreon sponsors. There's a lot of other non-gaming content on the Patreon playlist as well, which is not on Twitch, so it's the only place you can see it. So, there you go. For as little as $1 a month, you can have access to all that fun stuff. Literally thousands of streams. And geek chat and gameplays and all kinds of good stuff. So, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing okay, JL. It was a rough, like, end of last week, but,
Yeah.
you know, mostly it's my own doing. You know, copping feelings and shit that I gotta stuff. That's always fun. But yeah, I'm doing okay.
feels.
Well, you know how it is. You're like,
Yeah.
you're just jiving with somebody, vibing with somebody, and you're like, fuck. And then they're like, oh yeah, I'm dating this other person. I'm like, womp.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the only reason. Like, oh,
Welcome to my life.
you stuff those feelings. And you have to make the decision, like, okay, do I want to be friends with this person, or is I only trying to date this person?
Yeah.
And the answer is usually, I want to be friends with this person. So
it varies. It depends.
It's been a week.
But yeah, I've been down that road before. It's like, oh, really going well with this person. She really likes me. She really likes me. And
that
she
kind of life.
has a boyfriend. Actually, the worst was, you know, one girl I was vibing with nicely and, you know, getting good feels about. And then, you know, about a month after said feels had started to be established and vibes were happening, such and such is now in a relationship with so-and-so. I'm like, what?
She was vibing with someone else at the same time.
She was apparently vibing somebody else at the same time. She's like, oh, I'm so happy that, you know, I can finally be with my best friend. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Stop hurting me.
So it was like a best friend who I guess had been friend zoned forever, and they finally revealed their feelings, and it was all magical and wonderful, and I'm like, well, very happy for you. You deserve happiness. And then just unfriended everybody connected with that. It was like, no.
See, I don't do that.
No, it was, I couldn't.
I understand. No, it's not. I understand. I've done that in the past.
Yeah.
It's like I can't handle it.
No, there's some situations where I can't go back once that has, you know, those feelings have been there. So it's like, no.
My new trick is learning to burn alive and be okay with it.
Yeah, I would rather not.
I'd rather not too. That's just how it is right now.
So that's how I just move on. I just move on. We had some laughs, and I'm moving on.
I mean, like, I would say 9 times out of 10, I just keep them as a friend because they're good people.
Yeah.
Vibing doesn't always necessarily mean relationship. And also that means
I
good
know.
friends, you know.
But it
No, it's not. It's just how it is. It's not every time. It's just how it
depends
goes.
on the situation.
Yep.
There's really no hard and fast rule for that sort of thing.
There's no rules.
Case by case.
None.
All
It's
depends
just-
on how you feel. I mean, if you're just gonna be friends with the person but feeling pain every time they talk about their relationship, then that friendship is not gonna work. So
Well, I mean,
better to
eventually that shit
better
goes
to
away.
just yeah,
People
I'd
can
rather
be
just not experience that pain at all. So I just nip it in
I
the bud and
understand.
move on. So
I understand. Usually, I don't either.
it's like
but,
I will
you know,
take this pain like a champ
sometimes-
and
find
save
a
the
really-
friendship. No, fuck that. You're dead to me.
Sometimes
I'm moving on.
You find a very good friend that's
Yeah.
too good to let go, and you're like, oh,
Well,
all right,
yeah,
then.
but that's very rare.
That's all right.
I,
Go through this shit.
Yeah, people
Fun
I connect
times.
with on that kind of level is very few and far between. These
Oh yeah,
days.
me
So,
too.
Mainly
But when it
because
happens, I'm like, this person stays in my life.
I've been hurt so many times in the past. It's just I've become a lot more selective about who I allow to see that deep into the layers of the onion, you know. And sometimes I judge poorly and end up getting hurt again. Other times it's fine, and I have a great friend. Or, you know, sometimes a lover. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Such is life. In the meantime,
That's life.
I stream a lot on
Hearts
Twitch.
are hard, okay?
Play a
Hearts
lot
are
of
hard.
video games.
Brains are involved.
Read a lot of stuff. Watch a lot of movies. Watch a lot of TV shows. And that's where I find my joy.
I'm really high.
Okay.
That's great now. I was feeling a little poopy earlier, but I'm doing all right.
Jail says, as Dublador said, ah, to be young, to feel love's keen sting. I don't think that's what he said exactly, but...
Dublador is a very wise
I
man.
corrected.
Love Dublador.
Wrong, but
And then he
least
spelled it
you pronounced
Dumbledore, like D-O-O-R.
are phonetically correct.
We're gonna go.
I think you would said it right. You
The
know?
wisdom of Dublador.
Dublador.
We just discussed how he was able to write unbelievable correctly.
Yes,
I know.
I know. And then proceeds to misspell everything
I was
after.
By the way, I'm shocked by that because it's a word I can't spell correctly half
Yeah.
the time. So that's why I'm like, how did he spell
Unbelievable.
correctly?
Unbelievable.
Maybe because we said it enough. Like
Maybe. It's just not fair. That's all I'm saying. I wanna
It's
spell
not
correctly
fair.
Once.
Yeah. So anyway, it's been a fun week. Rang in the new year. Got drunk with my peeps. And on New Year's, we had kind of an impromptu SNI-esque thing.
We did for 3 hours
For
after,
three-
after
We
midnight.
played Fortnite for the marathon, and then we just sat in the lobby, occasionally emoting, just having a conversation in the lobby for like literally 3 hours, talking about movies and talking about Doctor Who quite a bit, and because I always talk
We
about
talked a
Doctor
lot
Who when
about
I'm
Doctor
drunk,
Who, actually.
but
Talked
yeah.
a lot about Doctor Who. We had a huge Doctor Who discussion.
We did,
I wish
yeah.
someone could like make a highlight of that. So,
Yeah.
like, you know.
We probably could, well, I could do that, but
Yeah, you should just
It was-
highlight and
it
upload
was
it. Like
fun.
this impromptu, not SNI.
impromptu not SNI in the Fortnite lobby.
SNI.
Forts and I.
Uh,
Fortnite insanity.
the New Year's post insanity.
Yes.
There you go. Post New
But,
Year's insanity, I guess would be better.
yeah.
But anyway.
Well, it will definitely. I mean, at the very least, the big conversation part will definitely be its own clip. At some point, we'll have just. Yeah, good times. Good times.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Yip,
Yep.
yip, 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 mo, 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 mo.
Hey, he spelled it right, and then spelled the wrong there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Beautiful. What a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the day, part of the week.
So,
Oh,
how's the new year?
Just as bad as the last one so far. It's pretty great.
It's
Yeah, sir.
been about
One
the
week.
same.
Yeah.
1
It's
week.
too early to say how it's gonna go.
Oh. Mine started off with a bang.
Oh yes, yours did. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Did.
literally like explosive.
Yes. Yeah. Spent all of New Year's Day and still going actually.
Mhm.
Mostly it's just reorganizing at this point.
Yeah.
My basement flooded.
Yes.
He lives-
So
He's
He's
yeah.
literally the only one of us who lives in the basement, by the way.
It was
Yeah,
like
literally.
January 1st, and the basement's flooded.
Right? Happy New Year, my basement.
I can
was
tell
flooded.
this
The
is
new
gonna
start
be
to
a
New Year,
great year.
2020 was the shittiest year. January 1st.
Yeah.
I've lived in this house over 10 years at this point. The very first time it's ever flooded.
It's just the death throes of 2020 trying to like just fuck with everybody a couple more times. Twitch has been down like 4 times in the past 2 days. It's ridiculous. So
Yep.
yeah.
So blessing in disguise though, it didn't flood too much. It was just
That's
like
good.
some areas like I had to throw out the rug and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The real silver lining is that it happened when you were home and not when you were
Yeah.
at work for 9 hours.
And also
yeah.
it happened in the wintertime when it's not muggy as fuck outside.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Well, it's cold
imagine
and
coming
dry.
home and no one caught that it was leaking or whatever because everyone was at work and it's like 2 feet of water in your base in your room. You're like, oh, that's cool. I guess I'm not sleeping on my bed that's soggy. You know,
Yeah.
like, things
Yeah.
like it's a silver lining to a shit
You know.
sandwich.
Oh yeah, and like I said, thankfully I had the foresight to know that I do live in an underground dwelling, and everything that I own is on a shelf and up off the floor. So I mostly just had to worry about some like random cables that weren't even plugged in, that were floating in the water.
Yeah.
And I did have a casualty, which was a book that I had, and sadly it was my anguished English book.
No!
Oh no.
But the one that did survive is the sequel, even more anguished English.
Okay,
That
there
one,
you go.
That one and my copy Ready Player One was.
You
still
can probably
on.
find it again. I don't think
Oh, I
it's
know.
terribly
I paid a whole-
expensive, even though it's
I
out
paid a
of
whole
print.
$5 for that anguished English. book.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty cheap.
But it was like almost comically soaked.
Yeah.
Like the damn thing weighed almost like 3 pounds.
Wow.
It was like a
Something
brick.
Yeah, something similar happened to me when I was living in my parents' basement, actually. There was a little storage room, and there were some water pipes that went overhead, and one of them burst. And directly below said water pipes was my comic book collection.
Oh,
So
God.
I had my 4 long boxes. However, I had been very diligent in putting all of my comics in plastic bags. So there was only, out of everything, there was like 2 that were damaged. It was an issue of a mini series of Star Blazers and an Atari Force mini comic, which I've since replaced. So that was it.
That's
So
actually
out of like
pretty
my
cheap,
1,000+ comics collection, 2 got damaged, and they were pretty
and that
easy
stuff
to
was pretty
replace.
cheap back then. It's a little bit. That Star
Behind-
Blazer stuff way more expensive now.
Yeah.
Behind my computer and my monitor is the main valve water shutoff.
Okay.
And I know a
Just
little
turn
something
that
about
off.
a little bit. Yeah, it runs literally right over my head.
Right, excellent. So
What
you're just sitting there and suddenly
walking-
sploosh. It's
And
like,
he's there electrocuted in his chair because he's holding onto his controller.
it's like, oh, Eric's doing his Flashdance impression over there. Holy moly, Major Matoko!
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, more than Flashdance.
Boom! There we go.
It's like I know the end of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark is referencing Flashdance.
Yes,
But the Elvira's the one I think of because that's the one from my youth. So
I see. I actually did see Flashdance when it was, relevant.
I haven't seen it.
So when I saw Elvira, I was like, oh, she's parodying Flashdance. It's actually one of the most parodied things, is that splashing the water on the arched body.
Shitter's
gag.
full.
Yeah, shitter's full.
Born on Christmas Day.
Very nice. Very nice.
But the blessing in disguise was it kind of, like I said, it forced my hand to reorganize some things which I've been planning to do, but been too lazy to do it.
Good stuff.
So I moved. Like you see, you still see like one. There's no carpet, nice concrete floor.
Uh-huh.
The shelf's over there now, and I now have the corner arcade up and running.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent.
which is what I wanted to
I like
do.
how you have a shelf between your two arcade machines with little arcade machines on it. That's my favorite part.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
It's my
Ar-
favorite fucking
arcade
part.
machineception.
Yeah.
So. Steak.
You wanna live?
She's a maniac. A maniac.
On the floor.
Or
I should know.
She's dancing like she's never danced before.
She's never
Yeah.
danced before.
Yeah.
oh,
Best cover ever.
another boom from Major Motoko.
Such enthusiasm.
Oh yes, it's Maniac, the depressed edition.
She's a
That's a
maniac.
Maniac.
On the
Floor.
floor.
She's dancing.
Carpenter Brett is a really good cover of that song.
Danced before.
I'm sure there's plenty of really good covers of that song. It's
That
very,
one's just
very
one of my
popular song.
Yes, me and Justin met in person in 2014 at Crypticon.
That's right.
Yup.
You have
Yarp.
videos
paid
of
for
it
it
on
to
your
go.
on the Skinslip channel.
I live too far away.
I watched them. I think I watched all of them. It was fun.
Yeah, it wasn't. We filmed way more, but they just, not everything came out well.
Wow.
It was our first time working, so it was like,
Yeah.
there were a lot of
Yeah.
kinks that a lot of things we do differently now.
Yeah.
We know we have the tools to do it differently now. We
Yeah.
just,
Well, that was Jesus Christ.
haven't gotten back out there.
I saw the react. I saw the post. Waiting for the reaction.
Uh huh. That was that was 6 years ago. So I mean, you've had a lot of time. Hey, I got a 2020 emote. Thank you very
I
much.
come up
Benjamin
to
Token.
I come up to Justin's like boobs. So my head's like right here because he's like 6'9" or whatever, 6'14", whatever tall he is. And I'm over here at 5'3", like, hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Stout is the
How's
gentle
it going,
giant, the
Scout?
obligatory
Is it
gentle
going up
giant.
there? Can you look at the hug now? I can't breathe.
It's like Robert Paulson with his bitch tits.
There is a future in which we come to visit Sean at some point
Yes,
because he's
there
only a
better
couple
be.
hours north of us. Which is, we don't know when that is. We gotta move out first. Me and Justin move out together first.
I had
We
two
won't
thank
have
you
a
buttons,
vehicle by then
so
or
I
not.
thanked you twice, Major Motoko. I guess because you did 2 batches of bits. So there you go. 2 thank yous.
Thank you.
Or two,
Maniac.
2 bits,
Maniac, don't you
bits
know?
batches.
2 bitch batches.
Bits batches.
batches.
Bitch batches. Bitch batches.
Bitch batches. What does that even mean?
Badges? Batches? Batches? We don't need no stinking batches.
Yes. So, the over-the-air channel you can get here called Comet, which is like a
Okay.
sci-fi channel.
Ooh, it's a sci-fi
Yesterday
channel.
ran an
Like
all-day
old-
Godzilla marathon.
So like old school sci-fi.
You're
not
an
like
idiot.
Sci-fi.
Sorry,
Oh no,
what?
yeah,
JL was calling us idiots. I didn't hear what you said. They ran an all-day marathon of, wow, you're an idiot.
they ran an all-day Godzilla marathon.
Oh, nice.
Go Godzilla. Speaking of Godzilla, I'll have a whole during the movies. I watched a Godzilla movie this week.
Did you? Which one?
The original. I'm getting me and my friends,
Oh, okay.
Angie and Chloe, are gonna start watching through all the Godzilla movies. So I named our group chat Godzilla Girls. So
Hey, I just got a gift from Major Motoko on the Steams. We got
did you?
Command and Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars.
Oh,
nice.
Says, fight Zod while El Psi Congru, because he also gifted me the Steins Gate Elite bonus content bundle. Sweet! Which has Steins Gate Elite and the linear bounded phenogram expansion DLC thing, I guess. Yeah, I gotta do those at some point. And we'll watch the anime at some point, too. It's about time I rewatched it.
The Godzilla marathon kind of put me in a Godzilla kick over the last day or so.
It's always a good time for
So-
Godzilla kick. Thanks so much, Major Motoko. That's awesome, dude.
But I'm gonna go check out, which I haven't seen anything about. I've seen like the clips and the pictures of the Godzilla anime, Godzilla Earth.
Godzilla Monster Planet. You mean?
No, it's called Godzilla Earth. is the one
Monster
that I'm-
Planet.
There's Godzilla Monster Planet 1, 2, and 3. Those are the anime. You're talking about the new one.
Oh,
that's
the
coming out
Netflix ones?
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't seen
Oh,
any
it's
of
the
those yet.
2017 movie.
Shin Godzilla?
No,
Godzilla Monster Planet.
it's literally called. I'm looking at it right here. Godzilla Earth.
Okay.
So, also simply known as Godzilla or Scarlet Godzilla Earth.
Never heard of that.
Godzilla?
Never
Watched
heard of
Godzilla
that.
Monster Planet in 2017, which is the next book series, which is 3 episodes long.
Yeah, it was the anime.
It wasn't very good.
I haven't seen it. I heard there's too much
It wasn't
focus
like
on the
really good anime. It
humans.
wasn't a very good Godzilla movie. It wasn't very good at translation of Godzilla. Is my
Yeah.
only my complaint.
I don't know.
It was actually a fine anime series. It just, I was like, well, the
don't
Godzilla
know.
wasn't really. It was weird. Set in the far flung
The
future.
No Man 2021 asks, have you guys ever met in person? Oh, right. We already
Maybe.
talked about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
We'll have to check them out.
Wow.
Whereabouts in Canada do I live? I am in British Columbia, the West Coast. Beautiful British Columbia.
The wet coast.
The wet coast, especially now. It's been raining almost nonstop, and I love it. And
The
that-
Weed Coast. With weeds available
and
everywhere.
lots
here,
of
too.
weed. Yeah, BC Hydro, man. BC Hydro, which is a play on words because BC Hydro is our power company here. But then there's
A
hydroponics.
mulch is a layer
Oh
of
my God.
material applied to the surface of soil.
Oh,
Mulch.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Reasons for applying
Major
mulch
Motoko
include
just dropped a mulch bomb on us.
soil
Thank God we haven't started the
moisture,
news yet. More pickups.
improving fertility and health of
I think
thing
he's
to
making up
soil,
for the fact he missed the
Alright.
marathon earlier
reducing
today.
weed
Let me. I'll
growth,
edit this command real
and
quick. God damn it.
enhancing
So
the visual
he's
appeal
blowing a
of
big
the
bits
area.
load.
Edit.
A
Man.
mulch is usually, but
All right,
not
everybody get comfortable.
exclusively,
We had-
organic
mulch.
in nature.
We had 1 day of snow
it may
here.
be permanent.
I meant to take some video of it. I was going to put it in the Christmas video, but I didn't, and then it all melted.
or
So
temporary,
that's my bad. Oh, well.
such as bark chip.
Bark chip.
It may be applied to bare soil
This
So
is
where do we all
going
stand
to
on
take a
existing
while.
plants.
Okay,
Where do we all
and
stand on the
mulch-
whole-
Wait, is this
of
the first time Major
manure
Motoko's
or
done mulch? I think it is.
compost
Wow.
could be
I had to add 'em to the list, correct?
incorporated
Nice.
naturally
Excellent.
into the soil.
And this time there's an Oxford
by
comma.
the
Those fucking savages left
activity
off.
of
There you go.
worms
Gotta
and
get those
other
Oxford commas in there.
organisms.
I haven't edited that one.
The
Just to annoy
process
Stout.
is used both
Oh, I'm
in
just saying that the
commercial
rest of them said-
crop
Because we know how
I mean,
much
if-
Stout
If I had
and
edited it,
loves
then yes.
the
There
Oxford
would not be an
comma.
when
Oxford comma.
applied
Stab me.
correctly,
You know
How
it
do
would
you know
go
the-
well.
dramatically
Especially for a list like
improves
that, you don't
soil
need an Oxford
productivity.
Yeah, you do.
You know it would go well with
Many
mulch would be the
materials
BoJack
are
Horseman
used
theme, like an
as
extended version of it.
which are used to retain soil moisture,
'Cause it's
regulate
kinda
slow.
soil temperature,
Horse.
suppress
We should
weed
recite the BoJack
growth.
Horseman
But you
for
don't
aesthetics.
as a soundboard thing.
They are applied
Soundboard?
to
What?
the soil surface around trees,
Wow,
You
that's
should
a
recite
lot.
you should recite a whole
Flower
episode of BoJack
beds.
Horseman
Just
prevent
recite it?
soil erosion
Play all-
on
as quick as you can.
slopes
Play all
As
the
monotone as
characters.
possible.
and in production
Yes, you just read it off.
areas for
BoJack Horseman. Blah, 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 blah.
flower
Or you just
and
go as fast as you can because you think it's
vegetable
real.
So it looks
Have
like
to-
we were all
have to
right.
find some
are
scripts about
normally 2 inches.
You know what would be great is to
or
find one where it's like
5.1
him just arguing and
centimeters
sorting out a
or
bunch of shit with
more
one of the other main characters for the entire
when
episode.
applied.
Yeah.
There's a few of those in season
They
3.
are
A lot of
applied
things come
at
to a head in that
various
season.
times of the year depending on the
So,
purpose.
Yeah, so it looks like we were technically all
Towards the
correct with the titles.
beginning of the
Knew
growing
that Godzilla movie.
season, mulches
Because it's
serve
like, it has-
initially
Stampy has 4
to
titles.
warm the soil
So it's
by
Godzilla Earth,
helping it retain
Godzilla.
heat, which
Godzilla
is
Planet of the
lost
Monsters, and
during
Godzilla
the
Monster
night.
Planet.
This
They're
allows
all the same
early
movie.
seeding
Well, in the West- here in
and
the US it's called Monster Planet.
transplanting of
It's
called
certain
Monster Planet.
crops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
and
89-minute
encourages
anime
faster
film.
growth.
that came out in 2017.
30-minute
As the
OVAs.
season
Is what it is.
progresses,
It's not actually
mulch
this is an hour and 40 minutes.
stabilizes the
It's actually
soil
3 OVAs,
temperature and
They
moisture
cut it up in 3 pieces.
and prevents the
Separated by 7
growing
months.
of
Really annoying.
weeds from seeds.
Yeah, it's the alternate titles.
In temperature climates.
Damn it! There's a page of transcripts, but they've only done the first episode. Oh, and the last episode. Well, I can do that one.
They are applied.
Well, the first episode might be fun
and
though.
When applied,
First episode might be fun, but I think some of the later ones are a little
used
more
to
performable,
delay
just
the
as a
growth of perennial
thing.
plants,
Let's see what about
and
here.
in the spring, or prevent growth in winter
You can
during
read a transcript of
warm
one of your own
spells,
videos. Just
Oh,
which
God.
limits freeze thaw
I can read the
damage.
real-time generated subtitles.
The effect
Yes.
of mulch
I
upon
thought we were
soil
talking-
I'll mute the video and
moisture
I'll just read it from the
Yes.
subtitles. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mulch
said the amazing.
forms a
Just a
layer
random season
between
4
the
episode. No,
soil and the atmosphere,
You have permission to read any of the
preventing
long, drawn-out
sunlight
political
from
rants I made.
reaching the soil
Well, that's a
Oh, yeah, the
possibility
auto-generated
too. Yeah.
thus
That'd be amazing,
reducing
actually.
evaporation.
That's how muddle can get across talking with
However,
SNI auto
Mulch
translated.
can also prevent water from reaching the soil by absorbing or
going.
blocking
Keeps
water from light rains.
Well, I don't think. Obviously, the
order to
soundboard is not broken,
maximize
Jail,
the
because we're listening
benefits
to
of
mulch right now.
while minimizing
can't be
its
undone right now.
negative
Yeah.
influences. It is often applied
Is
in
Evil
late
even available
spring
right
or
now? I didn't know.
early summer,
Maybe it is. I can't
when
remember which page of
soil
buttons is active right
have
now.
risen sufficiently,
I don't think Evil
but
is on the.
soil
oh, it is. Has to
moisture
be.
content
The
is
Yeah.
still relatively high. However, permanent mulch is also
Oh, boy.
widely used
That was good
and
weed.
valued for its simplicity.
God bless my
As
legality in my state. So I
popularized
can just
by
go to the store and
author
get it.
Ruth Stout, who said,
Hmm.
quote, "My way is simply to keep a thick mulch of any vegetable matter that rots on both sides of my vegetable and flower garden
That's
all
like-
year
or-
long.
oh, no, I got it.
As it
Recite the lyrics to
decays
Weird Al's
and
Yoda.
enriches the
God, no.
soils,
We can
I
say Yoda,
add
Yoda over and over
more.
again.
Yoda,
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 Yoda, Yoda,
Plastic
yo, Yoda.
mulch used in
Oh, I wouldn't even do
large-scale
it like that. I
mulch
just go
production
Yoda,
is
Yoda,
laid
Yoda,
We can do
down
Albuquerque.
a
Yoda,
tractor drawn
What about
over
Albuquerque? It's basically a story.
standalone layer of plastic
Yeah.
mulch.
Albuquerque.
This is usually part
Moral of the
of
story
a
is,
sophisticated
hate
mechanical
sauerkraut.
process
That's all I'm trying to
where
say.
raised beds are formed.
I love Albuquerque.
Plastic is
Such an
rolled
underrated
out
Weird Al
on
song.
top, and seedlings are
Oh, boy.
transplanted.
Why would they
through it.
transcribe fish out of water?
Drip irrigation is often required.
You know what I'm talking
with
about.
Drip tape laid under the plastic.
Oh, it's just it's
as
all just
plastic
actions.
mulch
There's no,
is impermeable to water.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get high real soon. Oh, that's a little too high for
Materials
public.
used as mulches
Good
vary and depend on a
my God,
number
Jail,
of
you can't
factors.
overlap them. You're wasting your
Use
bits.
takes into consideration availability, cost, appearance,
You
the
used to be
effect
able to
it
overlap
has
them.
on
Maybe
the
I can.
soil, including
You gotta wait for mulch
chemical
to finish.
reactions and pH,
At least I think you do.
durability,
I don't know. Let's
You know,
find out.
combustibility,
It only overlaps when someone, when two people think at the
rate
same
of
exact time.
decomposition, and
Which
how
has happened a few
clean
times.
it is.
Mhm.
Can you
Some
imagine when
can
two people play mulch
contain
at the same
weed
exact time?
seeds
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
or plant
Echoey
Wow.
mulch.
Echoey mulch.
It's behind the net, the first one, so it's literally echoing the whole time.
Materials
Sounds
are
like it's
used
mulch
as
being
mulch,
performed in front of a
such as
audience of thousands of
organic
people.
Audience.
I got mulch too.
grass
You can just literally
clippings,
take
leaves,
mulch too and
hay,
make both left and
straw,
right tracks and offset by one tenth of a second, and that's mulch too. It's the same track. You just
There, I'll
chip
just
off the
manually trigger them
whole
for you.
bark nuggets, sawdust, gel, wood chips.
Did you hear
Shredded newspaper, cardboard,
Amazing.
wool, animal,
Oh,
etc.
I'm toasty now.
many of these materials also act as a direct compositing, such as the mulch clippings of a mulching lawnmower or other organics applied
Whoops.
as
Sorry,
sheet
I closed it too
compositing.
soon. Let me just do that again.
Composting, not
Playing the same song
compositing.
again.
Oh, here.
We're not talking about film production. We're talking about motherfucking mulch. God damn it.
We made it.
God damn it. I can hear the echo.
What are you doing?
There we go.
I had headphones today, mate.
Oh, wait a minute. It queued it up. That's what it is. It queued them up.
Oh, nice.
So it's playing them after. So I just played them more for no
Lots
reason.
of money. You can just queue up lots of mulches. I mean, we can sit here for like 30 minutes and
We could
like,
just
do
queue up
something
a
else.
bunch of mulches, bagpipes, evil.
Literally just have a
Elfberg.
conversation over multiple mulches. Just
There we go.
What someone needs to do
So
is
anyway,
And
about
now
Star
we
Trek.
can relax.
play
what the
mulch.
fuck are we even talking about?
Star Trek? What? Did somebody mention
I don't
Star
remember the
Trek?
topic, though.
You know people are evil in Star Trek if they have a beard. Because beards are evil.
What about Riker?
Well, he got rid of his beard because he started off evil, but found the
But not
goodness
Worf. He
within.
He started off evil.
Worf always had a beard. Worf's my favorite.
Oh,
He's
God.
not evil. Take
Geordi
it back.
LaForge
Take it
has a
back.
beard. Yeah, he became evil later. He's tired of wearing
Take it
that
back.
beret on his face for
You
7
take it
fucking
back.
seasons.
You take it back.
Well, Worf's a Klingon. He's allowed to ride the line between good and evil. Those filthy, stinking Klingons. No.
What do you think
Well,
of
actually, they are
the
pretty stinky. I don't think they believe in
the
bathing. But...
ongoing, never-ending
Wait, this girl's never evil.
over whether or not people in Star Trek actually die every single time they use the
Oh, right, yeah.
the
It
transport.
disintegrates them and recreates them from a copy. Yeah.
It makes a clone of them. It's
Makes
not.
a
It's
clone
an
of them,
exact
yeah.
copy on the other end of it. You've
Exactly.
been turned into data and then not turned into data.
And then
You're
they,
like,
they
how-
store all your
how do you know
memories.
you're you on the other end of that? How do you know?
They store all your memories at the time of transmission, so they're to you, the
So
new
you think
you on
it's
the other
you.
end. There's no
Yeah.
gap.
So it's not even you.
So,
You're just body.
But you are dead.
yeah.
You're like fucking quantum leaping technically of your
You're
own
like
body. That's
you're
weird.
like a you that thinks it's still the same you, but technically it's a new you.
So like, wow, that's wild. That's a
Yeah.
breath of mind.
Yep.
What about this that I missed?
Well, now we know why Dr. McCoy really didn't want to go through it ever.
Yes, that makes sense. It makes sense why he would be afraid. Now, was there an episode about this?
Well, no,
Or
it's
is
just
this
it's just a general thing about the character he would bring up anytime they had to use the transporter. It's like, why would you want to scatter your atoms millions of miles
no.
through space?
I meant
and
the
then...
whole making a clone of you. Was that like?
No, that's a fan theory. It's a fan
Oh,
theory.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's a fan theory based on
It's a
kind of like
terrifying,
Yeah.
horrifying
teleportation
fan
would
theory.
technically be like, right? Technically, you're disassembling, reassembling.
Like,
You know, it just
the
yeah.
difference
What
is
if it hurts really bad? You just don't remember it because you've been reassembled on the other
exactly
side.
they cut
You-
that part out. They edit that
Jesus.
part out when they reassemble you.
I know, right? Ah! They're like, ah!
It's like I
On the
guess
other side,
the
you're like, oh, that was a nice, pleasant trip.
the idea I think comes from the Prestige, where that's kind of how the teleporting worked. Was it
It's
was
I love that movie. It's one of
it's
my
a
favorites.
wonderful
If anyone
movie.
in
Yeah.
the
I saw it
chat
in theaters and my brain was fucking broken afterwards. I
Oh,
was like, what?
It's amazing. Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
If anyone in the chat gets that reference, 10 internet points.
Which one?
Adam-
Grizzly Adams had a beard. Okay.
Everyone's going. Major Verzoga's going. Geordie LaForge had a beard. Worf had a beard. Lord did not have a beard, so I put Grizzly Adams had a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord was an asshole.
Data briefly had a beard.
None of
He
the
was,
Borgs
he
had
was just
beards.
trying it out, and everybody was saying, Data, did you damage your face?
Wait a minute. Hold on. None of the Borgs wear beards. Are you just a Borgist? Are you just in
What?
favor of the Borg? Are you just here to like spread your Borgian shit?
Borginess.
I don't know where you're going with this bit, so I'm going to continue with mine.
Because they don't have beards, you don't have beards, you guys don't have beards, you're evil, so therefore you're spending
Where
propaganda.
actually, it's not even a bit. I was in the middle of something about Data. Data had a beard very briefly, just to try it out because he was, admired Riker's beard.
Oh right.
So Geordie was just like, "What's wrong? Did you damage your face?" It's like, "No, Geordie. I decided to try a beard." It's like, "What do you think?" It's like, well,
You look
for
bad.
example, when I stroke the beard thusly, does it not make me appear more pensive, thoughtful? It was a great scene, just a great little character moment. It's like,
And the beard, of
no,
course, does
Data
not
looks
look
terrible.
Why are you wearing your
Well,
bird?
no, it was not. Keep trying.
That's right. All of Data's
not-
little attempts to become human, some of which were beautiful and poignant, some were tragic and heartbreaking, and others were just silly,
Yeah.
like
I
Data's
love
beard.
Data. I was
Oh, Data's
a
great.
little mad about how he went out. That's all I'm saying.
Ah,
Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
yeah.
Fuck this. Anyway, it's alright.
Looks like I kind of stumped the chat. No one knows that reference. That's kind of sad.
I used
It's
to
a funny
watch Grizzly
comedy.
Adams as a kid, but I'm sure that's not what you're referring to.
I don't remember exactly what it's from, but I do remember it. Like
Yeah.
the guys,
The
Grizzly
whole
Adams
line-
did have a beard.
Yeah.
Well,
the
I don't
whole
even know where
line
I'm
goes.
at right now.
Hmm.
The whole line goes, yeah,
You
Grizzly
lie?
Adams had a beard, and the guy turns around and goes, Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
just
It's a
one of
comedy
those.
from the 90s.
Yeah,
Happy
I
Gilmore, thank you.
I wanted to say it
Okay.
was an Adam Sandler
Oh,
movie.
bro,
Well,
I
that
haven't
explains
seen
why
that
I didn't
movie
get it.
Since the 90s, actually. I haven't
Yeah.
seen any.
It's one of those early examples of just completely random humor.
I have seen so few Adam Sandler movies because I just generally can't stand Adam Sandler. I've
He's
seen
done some really good
No.
drama.
I've seen The
hard.
Water Boy.
I
and,
haven't seen that since the 90s either.
and I saw Pixels. And the only reason I saw Pixels was because video games and Peter Dinklage. So
you know, it was alright.
it was
I'm
fun.
not lying.
I thought Pixels was alright. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it.
You
Watched
still
it a
need to see
couple
Punch
times.
Drunk Love. That one's fucking
Oh, I
fantastic.
love that
Yes.
So
movie.
that's because of who directed it. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds. Nobody needs to see
Mr.
Mr.
Deeds is
Deeds.
awful.
No.
Mr. Deeds.
What was that, Big Daddy or whatever? Fuck that
How
movie.
about Hubie Halloween?
Hey, Big Daddy
You know what's funny?
gets
You know what's really
special
funny? That's actually getting
consideration.
great fucking reviews.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I'll probably check it out because Halloween. And it's
guess
free
what?
because it's on
Yeah.
Netflix, so I won't be
Yeah,
out any
Click
money.
was
so.
the last time I was excited for an Adam Sandler movie, and I will not make that mistake again.
Okay. Well,
That
see,
movie is so trash. It's
your
it's
first
amazing.
mistake was
Everybody liked it, and I was just like,
No, I grew
You-
up as an Adam Sandler fan. I
Yeah.
liked,
see. Hold
you
on.
know,
Your first mistake was getting excited about an Adam Sandler movie. That in
Now, mind
itself was the mistake.
okay, I need to make something
wrong.
clear. One, I was a kid.
Okay.
Two, it was the 90s. It was
Oh.
Adam Sandler in
Oh,
the
I
90s.
I thought you were talking about
early
Hubie
90s.
Halloween. Never mind.
No, no,
And you
no,
got
no,
really
no, no.
excited about it.
No, I literally said
Holding back
movie.
range.
The movie
Holding back
Click.
range.
Oh, Click.
Click.
Okay, Click.
yeah.
which was the last Adam Sandler movie that I saw being excited to see
I
a
see.
comedy with Adam Sandler in it.
Actually,
And-
like rather,
And Click
Wow.
was fucking horrible.
I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty good. Honestly,
It was so just
I remember
it was
actually.
trying to be
I remember
comedy
having
too.
a discussion afterwards. After we watched it near around the same time. We talked about it, and fucking S and I like, fucking 8 years ago. I remember this. I remember this discussion. We had the same discussion. We're like, I liked it. You're like, you didn't like it. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
See,
remember the
I'm
Water
one of
Boy
those
had.
that it started off as an Adam Sandler comedy of quirkiness and all the stupid dumb jokes,
Yeah.
and then it got overly serious for no fucking reason at
Oh.
all, and then that's how it
Great.
ended. Like
The
depressingly
dramatic
sad,
twist in the comedy movie.
and
I
it's
liked
just
it.
like,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and if yeah,
I remember thinking the Water Boy was okay. It had some funny
I'm not saying
moments.
you're
We had
wrong. That's fair.
had Rob Schneider as some country bumpkin in the audience yelling, "You can do it!" And that's literally the only thing I remember. Partly because that's become a meme. But
It's become a joke. Like the only reason Rob Schneider has a career is because of Adam Sandler.
yeah,
It's become-
yeah, bit parts in
Kinda.
all of his movies.
Well,
I actually
almost
like
all,
Rob
not all
Schneider.
of
Like
them.
Rob Schneider, I find funny. Like I've seen him in
Yeah.
other things. Don't ask me to name any of them. I've seen him in things.
Can't actually
And-
name any of them.
No, but I remember them
mean,
being
yeah,
funny.
What about Deuce Bigelow?
Him
Do you like
being in
Deuce
them.
Bigelow? Male Gigolo?
Never
my
saw
God,
Deuce
no.
Bigelow.
European tour?
Is that like his one
No,
big
sir.
vehicle movie?
Yeah.
Honestly, yes, it is.
I was just gonna say,
It's the one thing
Yeah.
he did out of like
What
the
about the animal?
animal.
Did you see the animal?
That's the
The
problem.
Animal,
Is like
yeah.
he's
Oh,
done,
God,
he hasn't done any. Like Adam Sandler has just done a barrage of vehicle movies over
Yeah.
the years, and that's what's helped his career. Rob Schneider just kind of contented himself with bit parts, I guess, and that was it.
It's because his movies didn't do well, so he stopped taking off with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
unfortunate
Deuce
'cause
Bigelow,
I actually like
the
Rob
very
Schneider. I think he's a
sequel
funny
at
guy.
some point.
it's like
And
the
then-
very
Yeah.
short
Like
stint
the animal.
bumping one movie that I like Chris Kattan in,
Chris
Yeah,
Kattan,
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Zoom type
And
movie.
Bless
and that's
you.
I
Corky
know what
Romano.
movie that is. Corky Romano, yeah.
Is the only movie that I like Chris Kattan in. I mean, I didn't even like
Oh,
Night at the
God.
Roxbury, so
I haven't seen it. It's free on
It
one of the
wasn't as
streaming
good as the
services.
original.
I might watch it at some point.
it's just, I mean, yeah, it's if you don't like Chris Kattan, you're gonna hate.
To me,
Corky
the only reason the Roxbury guys' sketches were funny at all to begin with is
because they were
because,
short.
well, no, because the first one had Jim Carrey in it, and they were funny. Everyone was laughing at Jim Carrey. He was the funny one. Don't get me wrong, I love Will Ferrell. Love Will Ferrell. I think he's a brilliant comedic actor, but I felt like they were doing all these sketches of just Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell, occasionally the guest star of the week, and they just weren't as funny as that one original one that had Jim Carrey in it.
Fuck, I'm going the wrong
And it just
way.
became this whole thing of sketches because
Yeah, see,
Saturday
now
Night
it's
Live milks
become-
everything to death. And then they did a movie, and I'm like, what? Is Jim Carrey in the movie? No? Okay, well. He was the one of the
Well,
three
that
I
was
found
around
funny.
the time when
Yeah.
that was around the time when S&I started doing the not so good movies based on their sketches, like
Yeah.
like Superstar. You remember Superstar?
Oh, with Molly Shannon?
Very forgettable, which is why most people don't remember it.
No, I know it
Hey.
existed. I just choose not to.
Hey,
I thought
not forgettable.
that was okay. It's, yeah, but it's,
What about
Yeah.
It's Pat? Isn't Pat from a?
it's Pat, yes.
Oh my God, that is based on S&I sketch,
It is.
isn't it?
That one I
That's
actually
SNL.
saw.
Stop on
Yeah.
SNI.
And that
That's
one
right,
was,
bro.
you know, it's funny for what it was. It was basically the same shtick as the sketches, but it,
Yeah, just looks in a mirror.
you know.
Gosh darn it, people like me.
Oh, that's right. Stuart Smalls saves his family. That's what it was. Yeah.
I love
my
that
God,
movie.
that was-
Stuart
yeah, a
saves
movie?
his family. See, now
That
that's
movie's so good.
yeah. So one good one.
And it's been out of print on DVD for a long time.
If you want to remember
I think most
a
of them are.
really
Except Night at the
really
Roxbury.
bad.
Funny enough.
comedy that I think at one point has confirmed to have actually killed brain cells. It's a movie, no joke, literally called The Stupids.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
God.
With
that
Tom
movie-
Arnold.
oh, God,
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
one. Yep.
That movie hurt me once.
That movie
One.
hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
Never again.
You know, there are certain things that I like Tom Arnold in.
Yes, I was gonna
For
say.
instance,
Yeah.
True Lies.
Yes. That's what I was
Fantastic
gonna
in True
say.
Lies.
He's
When he
great in
plays
True
like the
Lies.
secondary character, he's great. When
Yeah.
he plays a main character, it's like
He can be very funny, but he
somebody
needs to
play
have the
off
right.
of. You really
He needs to have the right kind of material. Like I think he's a
Yeah.
funny guy. I think he's got talent, but he needs to have the right kind of material.
Tangentially related because Comedy with Spies. You know what's underrated? Oh fuck! I forgot to bring the name of it.
I don't know what's underrated.
the fucking. Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
And then your brain just goes.
Spies Like Us? Is that right?
I have that so.
What's the,
So
that's the one, what's the one where they get stuck in the Arctic outpost?
Spies Like Us.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah,
the one. My
yeah,
brain
yeah.
just went.
So
Okay.
was
You
it
mean-
Val
Spies Like Us.
Kilmer,
This
Dan
movie?
Yes,
Aykroyd?
that's what. Yes.
Isn't
There
it?
you go. See,
Or no, Chevy
I can remember
Chase and
Fighting
Dan
Farm,
Aykroyd.
but I don't know
Right.
the other-
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, it's the one where they go to the Arctic to try to disarm a Russian nuclear missile.
Yeah, that one's good. I remember liking that one a
Little
lot when
underrated.
it came out.
Underappreciated, excuse me.
Yeah.
Underappreciated.
It's very
yeah,
funny,
underrated.
yeah.
It's
Not
hilarious.
underrated. Everyone likes it. It's just not. It's just no one really watches it anymore.
Yes.
You know what movie based on an SNL sketch Sean really needs to see because apparently he still hasn't seen it yet, and I'm outraged by that.
Uh-oh.
Is the Blues Brothers. How have
Oh,
you
yeah.
never?
Oh
Blues
yeah,
Brothers,
yeah.
God
Best
damn it.
one. That's
So-
a great fucking movie.
So see the Blues Brothers 2000 then. Got it. I'll get
I
right
can
on
know
that.
that about 3
They're
times.
both good.
Okay.
I would say,
all right.
see, both. We should watch both back to back.
Blues Brothers 2000 got unfairly shat upon. It's not
Right.
as good as the original, but
Yeah.
it's still really good.
It's still really good.
All right.
They still come back and
Listen,
play
we
their
can't, my
role.
opinion, it's terrible.
Okay, that's fine. It's still pretty good.
Yes.
But
Okay.
Skinslip.
Skinslip. Yeah.
there's a new one.
That's
9 Inch
right.
Nails slip. Yeah.
Let's make something clear. My
Oh,
name is the
yes,
one
I have.
that should be spelled wrong.
Oh my God,
There
yeah,
are
we have it
cameras.
all. We all have it on Blu-ray and or DVD. Nobody gives a shit what's on the goddamn streaming services that we all have on disc. How many
Stop
times?
bringing it up. You make him angry.
I
Stop
don't care
I
where
don't know
Harry
why he
Potter's
gets
playing.
angry
I don't care where the
about
Star
this.
Wars movies are playing. I have them all.
It seems like unreasonably angry about this, but
You don't understand,
It's
like how,
also
like
hilarious.
literally years now, this has been going on. Literally years. You saw how long his subscription was earlier? 32 months. That's how long.
We have a timestamp for it.
guess what's coming to HBO Max?
Nothing but trouble. That's one that's underrated.
Guess what's coming to Peacock?
There's also Haunted Honeymoon, the Gene Wilder one. That
I
one's
still need to see
that
that.
one's
I've
really
never seen
underappreciated. It's a wonderful love
looks-
letter to old time radio and just sort of
Yeah, nothing but trouble. That's a
spooky
great
dark
one.
house
That's
mysteries.
totally underrated.
Yeah,
That's actually underrated.
You have Dom
100%.
DeLuise as his aunt, not as a man dressed as his aunt.
Dude.
He is his
Nothing but
aunt.
Trouble. Please.
Yeah, that's what
I
reminds
would-
me of nothing,
nothing
but
but
trouble.
trouble. No, you don't understand. Nothing but trouble. There's a director's cut. It exists.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
I
then
think I heard about
Records
that.
cut
Yeah.
has- Damn it.
Yeah.
I want that movie so bad on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Oh my
Criterion, hear me out. It is a culturally relevant film. Tupac is in this movie.
Also,
Tupac.
Tank Girl
Tupac.
has a
Six-pack,
director's cut,
pack,
which we'll
whatever.
probably never see.
Oh
fuck.
no, I love
Yeah.
Tank Girl. Wow,
Yeah.
I'd love to see a
Yeah.
director's cut of that.
Apparently,
too. Shit.
yeah, the director, she was saying there was a lot of stuff that, the final cut of the film is quite different from what her complete vision was for the film.
God, I
And
want
there
to see
is
that
an
so bad.
there's a lot of deleted scenes and alternate material. I was really hoping Shout Factory was going to get it when they put out the Blu-ray of it, but no, it's just the theatrical cut again with some extras.
It's the studio probably doesn't want it.
Yeah, I know. And it's bullshit because it wasn't a big hit, so they don't consider it a priority. And it's like,
Then
Christ,
don't worry about it. Then
It's
let
like,
us fucking
Christ
deal with
fucking
it. Give us the
sakes.
element. We'll make the fucking director's
it's like,
cut.
well, yeah, it's like you're already farming it out to a third party. Just let them do it and sit back and collect
It
the
makes
easy
me
money.
so angry.
You know,
It makes me
Rage.
so fucking angry.
it does. Yeah, it's
It's so illogical. It makes
really
me so
is.
angry.
they literally would have to do nothing. Just
Yeah,
license it out. Here's the footage.
Find the fucking elements.
Yeah,
Pass them to fucking Vinegar Syndrome.
yeah.
Because we know they'll treat them right. Have
Yeah.
them assemble the director's cut. They'll
Yeah.
fucking scan they'll scan every fucking inch of film of that movie. Everything. Every inch of fucking daily if you send it to them.
Yeah.
And then you can fucking they'll piece the director they'll bring the director in.
They'll
she'll
bring
do
the director
director's cut.
in. Yeah, what was it, Linda Linklater? I think it was. But,
I don't remember the name. I don't want to fuck it up.
I can't recall. I'm gonna look it up right now so I can correct myself
Please.
if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
I believe I follow her on Twitter.
It's an amazing film.
I also
I
follow
swear to
Lori
fuck.
Petty on Twitter, who I
I
adore.
think the Blu-ray's out of print now, too.
Rachel Talalay. Sorry, Rachel Talalay. My bad.
I
I
didn't
don't know
want to get
why
it
I
wrong.
thought Linda Linkletter, but anyway, Rachel Talalay, yeah. So, female-driven movie, female director. This is not a new thing now.
Based on a
We're
film-
just seeing
female
more of it
comic.
now. That's the thing.
Drawn and written comic.
Oh yeah,
you know?
great comic. I have the first volume of comics anyway, so the first chunk of them. Really funny, and the movie really captures the spirit of the comic beautifully. I mean,
Oh my
it's a lot
god!
of fun.
And it's like the special effects remind me of Ninja Turtles, like that. It's because it's from that era. And it's just,
Yeah.
Oh, I love
So
it.
A lot of it's practical effects. It's really not any
Yes.
CG that I think of. They mix in some cell animation and just trippiness and stuff. It's very much a mixed media kind of thing, which works really
Yeah.
well for Tank Girl. And
I
just kind
really
of the
like that
zaniness
about
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would love for them to put out like a director's
Movie's
cut
so
of that.
good. As it is, it's so good. I want the
It is.
director's cut so
Yeah.
bad. More
I
than
know.
anything now. So my number one director's cut. They're releasing the fucking Cons cut of South and Tales finally this year.
Oh, okay.
On Blu-ray.
you
That's
go.
on the Arrow set. So I mean, like
Well,
the
here's
next
hoping.
one on my list is Tank Girl. I mean, like that.
Yeah.
Bring the director's cut of that next. I'm gonna
It's
have to
funny-
harass somebody.
I remember the first time I saw that movie, and it was on cable. Like, this is back in the day, guys, when cable would show anything that didn't do well in theaters, basically, because it was for them to get the rights to show it.
Yeah.
So, like, whether it was HBO or TBS or Sci-Fi Channel, I believe Sci-Fi Channel got Tank Girl at least a few times. So,
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
was on
remember
HBO a
watching it.
bunch, too, if I remember correctly.
I remember watching it on one of those channels when I was a kid, and just being struck by, like, it feels like you said, almost like a TMNT movie, but in a different kind of a setting. And then out of nowhere, they have these like interstitials that are like all animated and crazy and wacky. Like, what the fuck am I watching now? What happened? And it was so cool. Yeah.
You know what else I want a director's cut of? Cool World. Please, for love of God.
Speaking
Wasn't a fan of Cool World.
of Rachel
But I need to
Talalay
rewatch it.
and our Doctor Who discussion last night, she's directed several episodes of the new Doctor Who as well.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait. 'Cause I've been loving Doctor Who, so.
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's
Back to that,
too.
literally.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
What?
The thing about that is, Weekend at Bernie's would play sometimes on TV, just sometimes. The first one, Weekend at Bernie's 2,
Yep.
played incessantly,
Yes.
all the time,
Yep.
forever, everywhere.
Yeah.
I want Weekend at Bernie's.
It's not on Blu-ray.
Blu-ray set though.
Yeah.
For God's
The
sake.
second one has never been released on Blu-ray.
I know.
Like,
I
we all
need to
grew up
get
watching
Mannequin
this
2.
movie
I've got Mannequin
over and over
1,
and over again. And
but
you
like
can't
I don't know
get
why I
it.
haven't got Mannequin 2. You know. I'm gonna go
Oh,
look at it
yeah,
right now.
Mannequin 2.
I can see a
Mannequin, yeah.
Mannequin Blu-ray.
I know the first one had
that
what's her
fucking
face
song.
from
Mannequin
from Little
2
China
on
and Sex and the
Move.
City.
You from?
I also got
I am
the
blanking
name
on
wrong.
names today.
Like, I don't remember
Fuck it.
failing.
Mannequin 2, Ryan, you.
Kim
go.
Cattrall. Kim Cattrall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in my collection now.
Like I said, the only thing I remember from the first Mannequin is that song by Starship.
It's tagging me.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
And we can not sing this song because of
I was trying to think of it because I know.
Oh. Mannequin 2 on the Move, which starred Christy Swanson. Pre-Buffy, I think.
No relation.
Yeah. Huh?
No relation.
No relation. No. Oh, to the movie. No, God, no. It's like, yeah, it's very different. Sequel in name only. More of an attractive mannequin falling to life and a schlub falling in love with her.
Hey, a lot of sequel and name only movies were pretty damn good.
They can be.
Like,
Like
there
Trolls
was a
2.
tweet. I can't remember who.
On my
I
back?
can't remember who tweeted it, but
No, not bad.
yeah, we can
Fuck.
hear you. We can hear you. We can't see you. Still lagging. But
Oh.
the
There you go.
there was a tweet
There we
that I
go.
read the other day, and they were asking any horror movies with sequels that were better than the original, right? Because it's like, well, that's kind of a rare thing to happen. And I said, Prom Night 2, which is a sequel in name only,
Troll
because
2.
it's not actually a sequel.
Prom Night
And
2,
it
Hello,
is,
Mary
in
Lou.
my opinion, yeah, it is,
Yep.
in my opinion,
Good
better than
fucking
the original.
movie. I saw it
So-
twice last year. Actually.
Haven't seen it. I only I did the review a couple of years ago. Just saw the first one all the way through for the first time very recently. Yeah, I forgot, actually. It was another one of those movies that traumatized me as a kid because I saw part of it when I was far too young. Specifically, I saw the opening scene, which basically sets up the whole damn movie, where the kid gets tormented by some other kids and then falls out a window and dies. So, yeah,
Spoilers!
was
Sounds about right.
literally the opening scene.
But
But
it's a fucking setup, dude.
but-
It's not. That's not a spoiler.
yeah, it's
Is
like I
everything
think it's
actually
even
set up to be a
before
spoiler?
the opening titles. Like,
Well, I mean, like I would say you can talk about anything before the setup,
Yeah.
before the second act.
Yeah.
That would be fair game.
so
'Cause that's
that
just
was
the beginning of the movie. You're like,
so.
I would like to quote somebody right
So-
now. I'd like to quote Sean McLean.
this,
There is no more moratorium on spoilers.
Yes, I
okay.
know. That's
But
correct.
there's a fucking yard line from where they start.
Yes.
I'm
Like if
just
it's literally
fucking
the first scene of the movie
Yeah.
and the
It's
crux
like
of
watching
the
a trailer
entire
and going,
plot
"Oh my
which
God,
follows the
spoilers."
remaining 97 minutes. Um,
It's like if I were to tell you at the beginning of who's there, was a fuck. I forget the movie. It's like God, Nicholas Rogue
yeah.
ghost film. I blanked on it.
But so anyway,
No,
back to my
not fucking Nicholas Rogue.
anyway,
you
back to my
fuck.
story for a second. So I saw that opening scene when it was on TV one day, and it just scared the shit out of me. I was horrified, being a kid around that age myself at the time, and also being a kid that was bullied quite a bit at that time, and through most of my schooling years.
Don't look now. Fuck, that's the movie.
It was, it just impacted me very deeply, and I quickly changed the channel.
Yeah, Don't Look Now. It's like at like the very opening scene is the kid dying.
Yeah.
It's the whole plot of the movie. So
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not giving you a fucking spoiler. It's on
No.
the back of the box. It's in
Or
the
like-
trailer.
Or like The
You know?
Descent, for example. It's literally sets the story in motion and creates the impetus
Yeah.
by which the main character wants to go on her adventure.
Exactly.
And no, Legally Blind Gamer, I've never heard of that. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even know what the meme is you're talking about. You were very passionate about some very obscure stuff. I'll just say that.
We are. That's
Yes.
what makes it geek.
Exactly. But yeah, never heard of it.
Oh, yeah, never heard of it, dude.
And greetings, 007.
What's up, 007?
That's
Oh
the
my
thing
God.
about modern geek culture that, well, I don't really, it didn't matter that much to me, and it really shouldn't matter to anybody, but people call themselves geeks. And in
Uh-oh.
reality, the things that they like
Uh-oh.
are just,
Stop.
What?
popular.
What?
No, you can't. The problem is geek culture is popular, so you can't. There's no longer a definition dividing line. You can geek out about anything. It's about getting deeply passionate about a thing, regardless if it's also a popular thing. Whether it's popular or not doesn't mean it has nothing to do with whether you're a geek about something.
I know.
No gatekeeping, Justin.
Oh
This
my
is why
god.
You
I
know
said it.
better.
There are no
This is why I
gatekeepers
said it
here.
doesn't
Don't ever
really
use that
matter
term with
to me,
anybody in
but-
this room. Except Stout.
He was gatekeeping, whether he meant to or not. He
I know.
was.
No, but I mean, I think
Well,
there
no,
are
it doesn't
degrees.
matter
I
to
mean,
me.
there are those who like
preface.
popular things.
I
Yes.
preface.
Let me actually finish my
Anything.
statement
Not
before
you.
you.
I'm talking
keep-
to
Okay.
You're fine. I'm
Okay,
not picking at
good.
you.
Trying to
Good.
defend myself
I'm
against
listening to
these
you. Keep going.
baseless accusations.
Shut
But
up,
I
Justin.
want to attack you more first.
Okay.
Keep attacking me. Shut up, Justin.
I wasn't actually going to attack you. I was just going to say, like, there are certain degrees of geekdom. Like, there's some that,
Yeah.
you know, just kind of like the popular stuff. But then there's others that, like, really go deep and, like, seek out more of the obscure stuff. But, yeah, I mean, in the end, it is just all about being passionate and
About a
geeking
thing,
out
whatever
about
that
things.
thing is.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah, and this And sadly, this has only become a thing in the last, I don't know, maybe 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Something like
the gatekeeping gets into it, where it's like, oh, you're not a real geek because you don't like as much obscure stuff as I
That's
do.
why Justin's toeing the line real
Yeah.
fucking close to
Yeah.
gatekeeping. I'm like, mm-mm.
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta
no.
clarify. You need to stop. You need to stop saying what you're saying, sir.
So anyway, what was your completely flimsy defense, Stoud?
Well, I prefaced everything by saying it didn't really affect me and I didn't really care.
Then
Oh.
why would you be voicing it if you didn't? In fact, you already didn't care.
Okay.
And it's a negative opinion that you don't
I'm
agree with. I
noting
don't.
something that's happened
I see.
in terms of the way this whole world we live in works.
It's wild and
The
crazy
change
world.
in we were just
I'm
talking
just juggling
about
balls at this point. Don't mind me.
You're dribbling balls? What?
Juggling balls, I say.
Oh, juggling
Yes,
balls.
you're
Okay.
mocking me. I get it. Yes. Thank you.
Not mocking you.
Stop mocking me. I'm a human being with feelings.
Human being? Are you talking about Pinto or?
I have an emote.
I
for that.
prefer
Hold on, I
deep
gotta find it.
brown.
Because I wait, I have an emote for that.
God.
Where is it? Where is it?
Waiting.
Hold on.
Waiting.
I have so many fucking emotes. There it is.
This is impeccable
Look.
comic timing. Hey,
It's
look
a
at that.
human being.
It's a human bean. Looks like a bean. You can see that really well on the screen here. Hold on.
Yep.
Let me do
What are you ducking,
this.
Goose?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
God.
kind of see it there. Bean. There's a bean there.
Oh, that's weird.
There we go. Good old Control Z, putting it back to normal. Control Zaranizarak. There you go.
That was just
Okay.
a weird little emote. What the fuck?
It
Is that yours, Stout?
I don't
But
know.
yeah, it's one of the emotes I get from people I subscribe to.
Oh, it looks like
Yeah.
your face. That's what I'm saying. Is that yours? Like, is that? I thought.
No,
No, no,
no, it's some
I
other.
was like, when
Although-
did you start streaming again and making emotes? Like, what the fuck?
I need to replace one of them.
Okay.
No, two of them. No, one.
I will never forget how good Batman the Animated Series is because it's one of the all-time great animated series ever. It's fantastic.
I
Oh, it's a
didn't
cat
spend
tail. I thought it was a goose for some
$100.
reason for a second there. Like, why is there a goose attacking Skinslip?
Oh god, I remember there was this picture that floated around Facebook God, years ago, and it was like I don't know what you call
in
it.
my face.
I don't know what you call a group of like marmosets. Like the whole
You could probably Google that actually.
yeah, whatever. But there was a whole bunch of them, and they had their tails up, and they looked like Allosauruses.
It's
And
cute.
it's just like, and it says, so I'll just see if I can find that post. It was fucking hilarious because it did. Like if you just looked at it, it looked like an old picture, like a fake picture of like a bunch of animated Allosauruses, but it was actually like these animals with their tails up.
Interesting.
Interesting. So anyway, we should probably get to the news here because
Yeah.
we don't have a ton
There's
of
not
news.
much of it.
Which
Untitled
is why we
Cat
kind of
game.
kept the rambles going.
Actually, I just got Untitled Goose Game to play on stream, and I also got Hades to play on stream. So
Hades. I don't know that
I guess
one.
I
I'm-
saw
I
what
guess-
you were pointing out about that. You retweeted something or whatever.
yes,
And I was
apparently
like,
when
oh shit, that sounds awesome.
when you beat the game, there's like a whole sub game in the second playthrough where you get to date
The
all
new
the
game plus
characters. Yeah. So it becomes a polyamory dating simulator essentially,
Oh, okay.
which is because you can date everybody at once if you wanted. So you can just start dating them.
God. Just
So it's
be
like,
the
I'm like,
ultimate
okay, that
player.
sounds like fun.
Uh-huh.
It's a neat way to like expand and change the game a bit, you know,
Uh-huh.
while also murdering lots of random skeletons and shit in dungeons and stuff.
Interesting.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so
Looking for a game.
trailers. Apparently only one trailer this week. We got the first teaser trailer for the CW series Superman and Lois. Premiering February 23rd.
Is that his typo?
That is his typo, yeah. February.
I've done that before.
That's 2 days before my birthday.
Oh,
says follow the world's most famous superhero and comic books' most famous journalist as they deal with all the stress, pressures, and complexities that come with being working parents in today's society. All right.
Beautiful, and I love you.
Yes, they have a super baby. In movie and TV news, a few more items here. Warner Brothers have officially given the green light to a third Wonder Woman film, with Patty Jenkins returning as director and Gal Gadot as the title character for the 5th time. The studio did emphasize that the sequel would have a traditional theatrical release. No details were given on the plot or shooting schedule.
So, Stoudman, we have to talk about how you're going to assist me to watching Wonder Woman. Like, I don't have an HBO account. But there's something.
Do we need to talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about it on the live stream.
Oh, okay. Then
something he can do to.
Then don't
to help
even
me.
bring up the subject on the live stream.
Just because I won't remember. So if I say something, he'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Put a sticky note on your computer screen. Do whatever you need to do. Anyway, in a recent interview with the New York Times, DC Films president Walter Hamada hinted that HBO Max could soon become the exclusive home for films of some of DC's riskier characters. Hamada told the New York Times that DC's most expensive films are designed for release in theaters, with the schedule looking to be up to 4 a year. It was then stated that additional superhero films will arrive exclusively on HBO Max, and these will perhaps focus on riskier characters such as Batgirl and Static Shock, with 2 releases annually being the goal. DC Films will also be working with filmmakers to develop TV series that will run on HBO Max and interconnect with their big screen endeavors. Hamada added, with every movie that we're looking at now, we're thinking, what's the potential Max spin-off? Okay. Or the potential, like, HBO Max spin-off. Gotcha.
When do we get a Max live-action movie? That'd be cool.
The Max? I don't know if that would work in live action, to be honest.
It wouldn't. It'd be practically impossible to film unless you did
City
style.
Because so much of it is about like the varying art styles used throughout of it.
I mean, you could do it kind of like the Sin City or Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like a hybrid of those kind of things, where it's set in the real world, real sets and everything, but you have and actors, but they're
or like a mixed media style, like Natural Born Killers did. That might be kind of a trade-off.
I mean, I think it's doable. It doesn't have to be an exact adaptation either, right?
You need Sam Keith heavily involved with that.
Yes. Oh God, yes. I would.
But when are we gonna get a Max Headroom reboot?
Never.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unfortunately.
But Max Headroom.
I know. So
Max
good.
Headroom is awesome.
Such a great show.
Yeah.
Anyway,
underrated.
No kidding. Sadly, as of now, filmmaker Mike Flanagan. Well, this answers my question. I was wondering, what are they going to do next? Filmmaker Mike Flanagan has no current plans for further seasons of the Haunting anthology series, which started with The Haunting of Hill House and continued with The Haunting of Bly Manor. Both have received overly positive reviews. In a statement, he wrote, "At the moment, there are no plans for more chapters. Never say never, of course, but right now we're focused on a full slate of other projects for 2021 and beyond. If things change, we will absolutely let everyone know." I was thinking, because, I mean, with the first one, they took The Haunting by Shirley Jackson, which was, like, one of the big classic notable haunted house stories of all time. And the second one, they took The Turn of the Screw by Henry James, which was another one of the big notable things. And holy shit, Major Motoko.
Whoa!
Wow, dude.
You did it.
Major Motoko just said, let's just get that dono goal done for the new year, and that's it. Only 21 hours after the deadline, but that's okay. I don't care.
Holy shit.
It was still on the screen and therefore still relevant. Thank you so much, dude. That's amazing. Well, I'm definitely going to be able to get that desk now, thanks to you guys.
Happy New Year.
Maybe a
Holy
couple of the
shit.
Hammer titles
Where's the
that I've been
Tylenol?
wanting forever. But that's amazing. Thank you so much, dude. You rock. You rock.
I was going to say, there's a bit more to that, but we'll move on.
137 in a row. But yeah, so I was thinking, like, what could they possibly do next? And I was kind of mulling over, what are some other sort of classic ghost stories they could do. Maybe something from Ambrose Bierce or Algernon Blackwood, say some kind of similar eras as the other two. I don't know, but I guess they did the big two, and that's all they wanted to do for now. I really liked Haunting of Bly Manor. It was fantastic. And Haunting of Hill House was really good, too. Let's see. It was confirmed this week that negotiations are over, and Michael B. Jordan will indeed direct Creed 3, as well as return in the leading role. Excellent. I still gotta watch the first two. I still gotta watch the last Rocky, actually. No, I still gotta watch the last two Rockies. I've only seen the first 4. I'll do a Rocky week at some point. Just watch everything. And then, for his contributions to film and television, legendary cinematographer Roger Deakins has been made a Knight Bachelor for his services to film. He was previously a Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, CBE.
Oh, that means you gotta call him Sir.
There you go. You gotta call him Sir. Sir Roger Deakins.
Sir Deakins.
In streaming news, the following were released on Netflix this week. The 3rd season of Cobra Kai. The 4th and final part of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Kind of surprised that didn't come out around Halloween, but okay. Transformers War for Cybertron, Earthrise. And the feature-length special mockumentary, Death to 2020. So, yeah.
What's that? Is that it? That's the news? Nothing else?
No, there's lots of people who died this week.
There's more people who died than there
I was just looking to see if one of the ones that was significant to me personally was on the list. I see it is not, so I will add it afterwards.
Gone less than 3 minutes and we're done with news?
Yes.
Wow.
I know. We're doing the memoriams
Not
now.
much happened this week.
Okay.
In memoriam, we lost William Link, American film and television screenwriter and producer who often worked in collaboration with Richard Levinson. William held a 52-year career under his belt between 1959 and 2011. The duo created some of television's best, including Mannix, Murder, She Wrote, Columbo, and others. Levinson would go on to be nominated for 12 Emmy Awards, winning on 5 occasions. William made it to the ripe old age of 87. Wow. So
did we talk about Major Bertoko's tip in the chat?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
At great length.
What the fuck?
I know. They brought it to the dono goal to 100%. Just boom. Done.
Did I pee for 10 minutes or something? What the fuck?
I don't know. A lot of shit happens when you walk away.
I went pee. I grabbed my salad.
Welcome
I was gone for less than 2 minutes.
Welcome to Crolatin's world.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, I'm totally having a Crolatin moment.
The rule is just never walk away from the stream ever.
Of course, Carlos missed the dono. He's never here for the dono.
I know. We also
not for the big one.
Okay. We also lost Adolfo Quinones, African and Puerto Rican actor, dancer, and choreographer with a 45-year career between 1975 and 2020, known professionally as Shabadoo. Quinones is perhaps best known for his role as Orlando Ozone in the 1984 breakdancing film Breakin' and its sequel, Breakin' 2: Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, yeah.
We also lost Daniel Dumail, British rapper with an over 3-decade career between 1988 and 2020. He performed and released music under several stage names, most notably MF Doom. Yeah, we had a few people come into the chat here expressing their sadness at that this week. A lot of people were upset about that. Dumail debuted during hip-hop's golden age of the late 1980s and became a major figure in underground hip-hop of the early 21st century. Upon his passing, Variety called him one of the most celebrated, unpredictable, and enigmatic figures in independent hip-hop. Also lost Mike Fenton, casting director for many of Hollywood's greatest genre hits: Chinatown, Young Frankenstein, 1982's Blade Runner, Aliens, Back to the Future Part 2, The Godfather Part 2, and many, many others. Mike made it to the ripe old age of 85. We also lost Armando Manzanero, Mexican Mayan musician, singer, composer, actor, and music producer with a 7-decade-long career between 1950 and 2020. Widely considered the premier Mexican romantic composer of the post-war era and one of the most successful composers of Latin America. He received a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in the United States in 2014. Armando made it to the ripe old age of 85. We also lost Alice Spivak, veteran acting teacher and dialogue coach with a 56-year career between 1964 and 2020. She appeared in such films as The Muppets Take Manhattan, Stardust Memories, Please Give, and Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, as well as a creative consultant on 1981's The Fan. The Brooklyn-born Spivak co-authored the 2007 book How to Rehearse When There Is No Rehearsal, Acting and the Media. Alice made it to the ripe age of 85. Tony Rice, American guitarist and bluegrass musician with a 43-year career between 1970 and 2013. He was an influential acoustic guitar player in bluegrass, progressive bluegrass, newgrass, and flat-top acoustic jazz. He was inducted into the International Bluegrass Hall of Fame in 2013. We also lost Joe Louis Clark, principal of Eastside High School in Paterson, New Jersey. He's also the subject of the 1989 film Lean on Me, starring Morgan Freeman. Clark gained public attention in the 1980s for his unconventional and controversial disciplinary measures as the principal of Eastside High. We also lost Gary Clark, American actor with a 19-year career between 1980 and 1999. With 25 credits to his name, Clark is probably best known for roles in 1988's Big, 1990's Cadillac Man, 1995's Hackers, and as Private Steele from the 1985 zombie classic George A. Romero's Day of the Dead. And we also lost Dawn Wells, American actress with a nearly 60-year career between 1961 and 2019. In the 70s, Wells starred in cult horrors like 1976's The Town That Dreaded Sundown and 1977's Return to Boggy Creek, but she's probably best remembered as wholesome farm girl Mary Ann Summers from the iconic 1960s series Gilligan's Island and the numerous specials and made-for-TV movies. For several years, Wells operated a business, Wishing Wells Collections, making clothing for people with limited mobility. Dawn made it to the ripe old age of 82, sadly due to complications from COVID-19. Fuck COVID. And there's one more I'd like to add here. Was in the Doctor Who board earlier. We lost Mark Eden, who played Marco Polo in the sadly lost first Doctor story of the same name. He was the title character. He also played number 100 with one of his Marco Polo co-stars as number 2 in an episode of The Prisoner. So it's kind of funny that they were both, in one he was the guy in charge and the other guy was his kind of subordinate, and then in The Prisoner it was reversed, where the other actor was the one in charge and he was the subordinate, but same actors in two very notable British productions. But yeah, he was wonderful in Marco Polo. I've watched a reconstruction of that, and I've read the novelization of it. It's a great story, one of the all-time great historical adventures, and largely thanks to his wonderful performance in the lead role. It was also the first historical adventure in Doctor Who as well. And for some reason, nobody really knows why, all 7 parts of it are missing. Yet, every single other episode from that season is accounted for, because that season actually did get a lot of overseas sales, but for whatever reason, Marco Polo just never got recovered. Nobody knows why. And that is it for the obits this week. And just one moment, I got another gift from Legally Blind Gamer on Steam. Sent me Gris. Says, I noticed this was on your wish list and on sale, so I figured, why not? Gris is a hopeful young girl lost in her own world, dealing with a painful experience in her life. Her journey through sorrow is manifested in her dress, which grants new abilities to better navigate her fated reality. Ooh, that sounds trippy and interesting. I don't remember why I added it to my wish list. I probably looked at it and thought it looked cool, so I added it.
That one has won a lot of awards.
Okay, that's probably also why. It's like, oh, overwhelmingly positive right across the board. Okay, I'll add that. We'll check it out. And no funny message for Eric this week. Nope, no funny message for Eric week.
Wow.
For Eric week. What's
Eric
on the
week.
screen this week, Eric? I hope it's something in glorious standard definition.
Got a little silent scope.
Yay!
On
On a
country.
on a CRT,
On
no less.
Dragon's Lair.
Oh, man. Look at that.
Dragon's
I
Lair.
know.
I love the double screen.
That's very cool. I like how you have a HD screen on top of a CRT.
A HD.
HD.
So yeah, like with the regular news, video game news is also quite thin.
Yeah.
There's
Sparse.
not much that happened.
Mhm.
It's New Year's week. It's of course everyone's hungover
Yeah.
and tired.
Yeah.
So,
We're all fucking hungover.
We'll
and tired.
release everything next week. Fuck it.
yeah. But January's PlayStation Plus games are available.
Ooh,
And
I
they
should
are-
get those.
They are Maneater.
Oh, I really
Shadow.
want that game.
Yeah, that's the Be a Badass Shark, the game.
Oh, nice.
Jaws, the game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Nice. I'll
and
grab
the
that.
PS5 game is Greedfall.
Greedfall. Huh.
So yeah, so those are the games. If you have a PlayStation Plus account, go ahead and pick those up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm hungry. Next bit here, we got an official in-engine gameplay teaser of Stalker 2.
Ooh, that's cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we've had Stalker, what is it, Shadow of Chernobyl. What was the first game? Was that the first one, or was it, or is Stalker something of Pripyat? Was the
I can't remember.
there was two, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One
I
of them
don't
comes
know.
to the other, and I can't remember which.
I think something Pripyat was the first one, and then Shadows of Chernobyl.
I watched them
think.
be played a while ago, so it's been my brain's fuzzy on it.
Call of Pripyat. So yeah, there's those two, but yeah, we've been
So-
wanting a Stalker 2 for quite a while, and this one
Yeah.
looks gorgeous. At least the in-engine footage that we've seen so far. You know, so it's
Yeah. If you go to the website for the PlayStation Store, it looks like they're not available yet. But it still has last month's games, which were Just Cause 4, Rocket Arena, and Worms Rumble, which is available for both PS5 and PS4. So you can get it now and then get the PS5 enhanced version later.
I think one Rumble cross-platform, I'm not mistaken, right?
Might be?
not sure.
Yes, it is. Arena-based 32-player cross-platform combat.
I'm pretty sure I have it. So
Sweet. Yeah.
Um,
All right. Well, I'm glad. I don't know if I grabbed that one before, so I grabbed it now just to be sure. Pretty sure I have everything.
By the way, y'all can get Jurassic World Evolution for free right now off of Epic.
Oh, Epic,
Yeah.
Epic Game Store.
It'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
free until the 7th of January, so
yeah.
get on it.
Yeah, thanks, Luke.
It's a great game.
That's something I should mention. Is from, at least for now, until the PS4 gets phased out and PS5 becomes the new dominant console.
Mm-hmm.
The way the PlayStation Plus games are going to work is there is going to be one game that's going to be PS5 only,
Yeah,
and then the other two are PS4 ones.
yeah. Or
Um,
or I guess it'll be like Worms Rumble, where there's both.
Or both.
Like
yeah.
you get a
Um,
slightly prettier version on PS5.
It doesn't stop you from still getting them. You could still
Yeah.
get them and add them to your library.
Yes,
So that's what I've been doing. Is I
Yeah.
obviously don't have a PS5.
that's a good idea.
No one does. But
yeah.
you know, I find it interesting that Sony is posting these Twitter posts saying that that they're selling. They've sold like 5 million systems and making it the fastest selling PlayStation console ever. And I'm like, yeah, and no one has one.
Yeah, fast 5 million sold to scalpers.
I go, yeah, you sold 5 million to scalpers.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I wouldn't be proud of that.
No.
Right?
So
Funkmonk has one. He managed to get one. Lucky
There's a
bastard.
few of us.
The worst parts of
Yeah.
capitalism. Hooray!
Yay.
there's a few people in our Discord and a few people in the chat that they actually managed to snag one.
Yeah.
So people are getting them, but it's not 5 million. There's not 5 million
No.
new
Installed
users actively logging in
yeah,
and playing.
yeah.
Them. I would say it's probably they have them out to maybe a few, maybe 1 or 2 million,
Yeah.
and then the other 3 million are
Being
you know,
hoarded by
are-
fucking scalpers. Yeah.
scalpers and sold for $1,500 a piece.
Motherfucking scalpers!
So
Yeah. So we'll just wait on that.
yeah.
I'm good.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like,
yeah,
I'd rather wait
this
and
is a lot
have
of
them
them.
not earn any
Walmart,
money.
Best
from
Buy,
it.
yeah, they do not have
Scalping.
any anti-scalper protections in place.
I know.
Sony does in a way. You
Mhm.
want to know what the ultimate, anti-scalper is?
What?
Don't sell it online.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're under a pandemic right now, but if you make the product in store only,
Hmm.
scalpers can't really use their bots to get to it now, can they?
No.
Just walk in and get it.
This is their
Not
number
part
one
of them.
mistake. I see it article after article, and I see it time after time. They're talking about new stock coming in with these new buyer protection, stuff like that for anti-scalper, sold out in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Stuff like that every single fucking time they're beaten. And I go, and your main problem is is being run by a bunch of corporate morons who actually have no idea how this shit works.
They're just
And they're
seeing
just
the
saying-
money coming in. That's all they're seeing.
Yeah,
And it's like,
and it's like I think the only people that are paying attention and know that they're not making any money off of this actually
hmm
is like the CEO of Sony.
yeah.
Is like the only ones that are actually
money-
paying attention.
Yeah, because the money for Sony does not come from the sales of the consoles. They sell those at a
No.
loss. They sell those at
Yeah.
a loss. It's
Like,
from,
Most-
I'm
It's
kind of
from-
surprised that
it's
Sony has.
it's from
done so
games,
little.
is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, sorry.
Games
I was
is where
gonna
they
say
make their
I'm
money.
just shocked that Sony's done so little to
Yeah.
try to stop. Like, because I've heard it all the time now
Yeah.
from my own family, from Twitter posts, from Facebook posts. They're saying why are people saying that Sony should be mad that they're selling so many consoles? I'm like, because they're not selling them to gamers. They're not
To
selling it
gamers,
to people
yeah.
who want to buy
That's the
them.
thing.
And they're like, why does that matter? They're selling all of them. I go, because that's where their money comes from.
yeah, because they've sold all these to scalpers that are just letting them sit in a warehouse trying to make their $3,000 a console, and they're not selling any games. Because there's nobody who has the system to play the games on. That's
Right.
why they should be mad. Because
Yeah.
literally, by the scalpers buying them up, they're taking potential revenue away from Sony. Sony should have been swimming in game revenue from the system being released in November, games coming out in December, big Christmas rush. Those PS5s should have been under people's fucking Christmas trees, not sitting in a warehouse with some goddamn motherfucking asshole, greedy piece of shit scalper. Literally just
You're
spit on my
scaring us out.
keyboard.
I agree.
Okay. Someone's angry.
The rage.
I am. I mean, it's not like
Someone's
I would have been
very
able to afford to
angry.
get one anyway. But for all those people out there, all those kids, I know the excitement of getting something like that for Christmas. I was a kid once, and I
all
know
do.
how many kids out there were wanting a PS5 for Christmas. How many parents busted their butt trying to find one and couldn't because of these greedy fuckheads.
Yep.
So yes,
Yeah, I
Sony
mean, it's just
needs
like-
to have protections in
I'm
place
sick
because
and
they're not
tired
only
of
hurting their
hearing-
user base, they're hurting themselves. They will not have made as much money as they potentially could have by selling to gamers.
I am sick and tired of hearing people argue against me when I say that scalping should be a punishable, illegal punishable offense.
It absolutely should be.
And when they go, well, that's not ever going to happen because it's legal. They're just buying them.
Yeah,
I go,
they're
I
they're
go,
taking
okay.
advantage of the system. In
They're
its
taking
current
advantage of a broken system.
current state. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
And
keep
it's-
trying to find new ways to get around whatever fucking.
I
things
know
put
they are
together.
scum.
I mean, it's
Scum.
just like, at what point do we draw the line when it says
What?
one person one system per
Yes.
household when they create bots that buys them 500 at a time at
Yeah.
500 different addresses to make it look like they're not from
Yeah.
one household.
That's
If they
the
can prove
problem. Yeah.
that should be a punishable offense.
Yeah,
You are
that's-
literally
Yeah.
lying and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
taking advantage of a situation. That should no. You should have your money refunded and them confiscated.
Yeah.
Returned to the
All the
store to be
merchandise
sold properly
compensated,
to
yeah.
actual people. You know,
Compensated.
I'm sure what some
confiscated.
people were doing, I've heard at least, was they were paying other people to go in and buy, like,
that's the
however
old
many
school
they
scalping
could.
days.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the old school scalping.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, that's why the one per household thing doesn't really work, because it's so easy to get around. Whether
Yeah.
you're online or in store, it's so easy to get around that one person per one console per household, one sale per household, or
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing. So
So
I don't
just
even
these
know the
old,
answer, really.
antiquated,
I don't know.
outdated scammer protection things that people do
Oh,
is just
yeah.
it doesn't match in our modern society. It's
So here's
so
the thing.
archaic.
Here's the thing. A lot of those things they let you enter a PO box, so I could order two.
Yeah.
One for my house, one for my PO box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and they probably won't let you do a PO box when it's limited like
some
that.
don't.
But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot don't. But when they do, you're like, oh, I got two.
I think Walmart and GameStop do not allow PO box putting in as an address to a PO box location.
Yeah.
Correct, which is why I can't use
They
them.
don't. They say they flat out do not deliver to PO boxes.
Because what happens when you try to ship to my mailbox? My mailbox is listed as around the corner from me, not actually at my property. There's no
Exactly.
mailbox there. So my package just gets left at the corner. I have to go fucking walk for it. Like, so that's why I don't. That's why I have the PO box. We don't have a mailbox on the property. None of us do. No one in the town does.
Yeah.
It's an ordinance.
So yeah, there's, yeah,
It's fucking
Anyway,
bullshit.
yeah, it is. I mean, it's just, I would say this happens every time a new console comes out,
Pretty
but
much.
this is the first time it's been this bad.
On this scale, yeah. It's
COVID's made it
ridiculous.
harder for production,
This
also.
bad.
That
and
makes it even scummier. The fact that a lot of people want these just to be able to fucking cope and get through their day by having a little bit of joy, and these
They can't.
greedy assholes just take them all. So
Yep.
they can't. You know, during a fucking pandemic, like that is the scummiest. That is kicking people when they're down. You know. So yes.
Yeah, that's perfect. If there's no money to be made, it wouldn't be happening.
I
This
know.
is the same argument that happens when a small town gets like a Walmart, for example,
Yeah.
and they all bitch and complain about how Walmart is tearing away the small businesses. It's a simple fact of
Stop shopping
if
there.
No one stop shopping there.
Yeah.
If no one is buying these scalped consoles,
Yeah.
there would be no point in scalping them. So
Yeah.
it's both the scalper's fault, and I'm not pointing at anyone in the chat or anyone in
Yeah.
here, obviously, but it's your fault too for buying into the scalpers,
It's the people
for paying that $1,800 because your kid wants it and you have the money for it, and it
Mhm.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It only doesn't matter until 500,000 people do it, and then it becomes lucrative.
Yeah.
And that only motivates the scalpers to do it. And I mean,
It
if it
perpetuates
pisses you
the
off
system,
so
yeah.
much, stop feeding the system.
Don't buy from scalpers. Like even with like Amazon, with out of print titles, like movies, you know, stuff that we all collect. I see a lot of third party sellers selling an out of print title for just far more than it's actually worth. You know,
Mhm.
and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not paying $200 for that out of print DVD. I don't care what it
And-
is.
what I
You know?
find is that, in general, even if a movie is like very, very out of print, and it's like
Yeah.
a Criterion or something like that, something
Yeah.
that is always going to have a premium price tag.
Well,
Most
yeah, but-
people in this collector's market are not going to pay more than what I've found, like $150 at most. They're willing to wait forever if they have to in order to get a decent price on it. These things will sit on your fucking eBay stores, you assholes, or your Amazon stores,
Mhm.
and never be purchased because you're asking too fucking much for it.
Hmm.
So, like, that's the thing to me, is like certain things in certain collectors markets, people are not going to pay you that exorbitant price. when you get to the point where you're charging fully like 1,000% markup on what the fucking original price was, then you're not going to see that. You're not going to get what you want. This
Right.
isn't going to end the way you think.
Yeah.
People are only willing to pay for what they believe it's worth.
Yeah, exactly. And I
You
mean,
know,
that's
and
the thing. Like, if it's an out-of-print title, yeah, I'll pay a little bit of a premium because I get it. It's a collector's item. It's hard to find. And
Yeah.
if there's only a couple people that have it, fine. I'll pay a reasonable premium, like, you know, $60 or something for a title that might have normally gone for 40 or 30, depending what it is. But like, it gets to a point of ridiculousness. It's like, oh, well, this has been out of print for 5 minutes. Then normally retails for $60. This little box set. Okay, $255. It's like, no. Nobody's going to fucking buy
Good
that.
luck with that.
Yeah.
Well, it's gotten even worse than that, honestly, because there'll be things that aren't even out of print. They're just out of stock at Amazon. And
Oh, I
people
know.
will
They'll, like,
assume,
immediately
oh,
mark
shit,
it
it's not
up.
out of print.
Yeah.
And boom.
Yeah,
marked
out of
up.
stock doesn't mean out of print.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I've seen that all the time. It's like out of stock. Suddenly, all the third-party sellers jack their prices up to 3 times what it actually is worth. Meanwhile, 2 weeks later, Amazon gets a pile more back in stock. So it's like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna wait.
They're literally just wasting their own time.
Yeah.
When
just,
they do that, when they mark it up the second that it's not available,
Yeah.
I
then they
do
have to
remember
turn
that.
around and mark it back down again when it comes back in stock. I mean,
Well, I think a lot of them
you're
probably
literally
have.
wasting your time.
Well,
There are
they have
moments-
bots that do it for them. They just monitor the current price, and as soon as something goes out of
yeah.
stock, it automatically jacks it up. It also monitors the competition so that they can offer a price that is 1 penny less than their nearest competitor, so they'll appear at the
That's
top of
what
the
happens,
listings.
yep.
I
this
know.
one-
I used to sell stuff on Amazon, and it was a pain in the ass having to sell my, 1 or 2 DVDs and competing with all these big guys with bots out the ass.
Yep.
Every time I changed my price, they would change theirs like immediately to 1 cent less than mine. I'm like, fuck you.
Now, it's not that scalpers don't, get what's coming to them sometimes. Legally Blind Gamer mentioned one that I had totally forgotten, and now that I remember, remember it
Yeah.
being absolutely fucking hilarious. And it was, he goes, "Did you hear about the time scalpers were hoarding copies of the Hannah Montana the movie game for the Wii when a rumor was going around that it could let you run homebrew on the Wii, on the original Wii?" It says, "Eventually the rumors were debunked and the scalpers were stuck with hundreds of copies of crap shovelware nobody wanted."
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder what PR guy got that fucking rumor spoiled. That's
Uh-huh.
funny. I mean,
Oh yeah, so it's just,
seller.
oh yeah, there's like these people were buying, they were buying it at retail. They were paying $60 a pop for this shovelware bullshit game, and trying to sell it for $100+ because it was the rare game that just natively let you ran homebrew, even though it was
Yeah.
complete bullshit.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
decided to cross-check that.
Huh.
You know
So
what's
now these
funny?
scalpers that paid thousands of dollars for hundreds of copies are now sitting at like these $4 a copy games that
Yep.
they paid $60 for.
That's great.
Enjoy your game.
Enjoy Hannah
Enjoy
Montana,
all
the
500
movie, the
copies of that fucking game.
Scalpers, I feel no shame.
But-
Oh, yeah.
As I understand it, though, the Wii is actually like one of the easiest consoles to mod.
I
Like,
just got a modded Wii.
This was before all of that.
okay. All
This was when that game came out. It was right before we had figured out the save game exploit with the SD card.
Yeah.
It was before all that. So this was at the time the only thing we had were hard mods
Yeah.
or mod chips.
Which I almost got actually, because they were pretty easy to install even on that system.
Yeah.
So. They had solderless ones for that system. That was the era when solderless mod chips were starting to become a thing.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I almost bought one.
Seeding one. I
Didn't
remember
know.
one that actually piggybacked, chip piggybacking. It's an old thing we used to people used to do back in the Commodore days, where you'd slip a chip on
great.
top of another chip. And that's pretty much how this one mod chip worked. Is it actually piggybacked off of the CPU? You stuck this board, and it literally clipped onto the top of the board, and made contact with the pins in certain spots,
Popcorn.
and
Thanks for the follow, old newbie.
it ran a mod chip. So anyway, on continuing on, that was a wonderful tangent.
There's not like a single one buster. It's just pretty much anything that's out of print. Typically, you'll see scalpers offering it for a ridiculous price. So just keep an eye on the third-party sellers. Not all third-party sellers are scum. Most will sell at a reasonable price. It's just a matter of whether or not they have the item. Like Major Metallica, for example, mentioned Rare Waves imports. I use Rare Waves all the fucking time because they have they carry all those Doctor Who steel books of the animated ones
Rare Waves actually
and stuff. So I buy all of them from them because it's the easiest way to import those titles that otherwise aren't available here, and their prices are reasonable. Like to even taking the exchange rate into account, their prices are perfectly reasonable.
I use them almost exclusively to import stuff.
Yeah, I use them.
Also,
quite
keep an eye
frequently.
out
I love
on
Rare
eBay
Waves.
for stores that allow you to make offers. Right?
Yes, actually, there was
reasonable, but
there was the Tremors set from Arrow, which sold out instantly. I had it pre-ordered. I canceled the pre-order because I didn't have enough at the time. But then I just barely had enough, so I was like, "Shit, it's selling out everywhere, and I should probably try to grab this if I can." Nobody had it. But then the next day, Rare Waves got it. So I had to pay maybe $10 more than normal.
That's reasonable.
Which is perfectly reasonable.
Yet?
Huh? No, it hasn't arrived yet.
Mine just got a delivery estimate.
Takes a couple weeks to get titles from them. But
and there are...
these might get the limited edition or not. I got the delivery estimate when I order.
Yeah.
Some places to look, actually, because I do have a few people on my Instagram account that are doing good things with scalper bots.
Yeah.
Pretty much what they're using them kind of in a backwards way. They're using scalper bots to save them from scalpers.
Okay.
So they're small video game stores. I think one's up in Columbus or something like that. And what they're doing is they're using their own software, that's the scalper software, to snag PS5s and selling them at $4.99
at the regular price. Nice.
At the regular price.
That's awesome.
And it's the posts come up every so often. They're saying, "Hey, it worked. We got 5 on the way.
Nice.
We'll have them
Not all
available
heroes wear capes."
There you go. To make sure that these things come out and they get in the hands of gamers.
Good. Good for those people.
For the price that it's intended.
Yeah. No, that's. I'm glad to hear. That's the feel good coda to this story.
Yeah. That's all. Fight fire with fire.
Yeah. Shout Factory and Kino have sales for their titles that are going out of print. I've snagged a few that way before, like some Shout Factory ones I didn't want to miss out on. Yeah, and the thing is, with a lot of boutique labels, the stuff goes out of print sometimes very quickly because it's a very limited license that they get. So it's a limited amount of time that they have the license and are legally allowed to sell the title. So it's not just them being dicks and forcing limitedness to encourage collectors to snap them all up. It's because they literally have a very small window in which they can sell them. So they, they do what they can with it.
I was going to mention this one to you, Sean, but I actually looked at what was available, and nothing you would have been interested in was there.
Okay.
But it was Limited Run Games was doing a sale of their back catalog of those limited run sets that they didn't sell.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I've looked at that before.
Ones,
yeah.
I think they were selling a couple of the Shadow of the Empire cartridges.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was a lot of their JRPGs and their indie titles.
Yeah, stuff that basically nobody cares about.
And some were really good deals too. Like if you were into that game, they had like the full-on collector's edition, like by Dragon's Lair set.
Yeah.
For like $39.
Wow.
Versus like $120 is what I paid for them. So they were massive markdown.
Yeah. Iceman says regarding movies, I would suggest focus on MGM and Fox stuff right now because the Disney buyout of Fox is probably going to expire a lot of those licenses and then jack the prices up through the roof. And MGM might be getting sold soon too, so get what you can while you can. And a lot of MGM and Fox stuff has been licensed out to third parties, like Shout Factory.
Fly.
So,
Fly collection.
The Fly collection. That's one that I don't want to miss. But I grabbed the Omen collection, so hey, maybe I can actually get the Fly collection now, thanks to you guys. This has been a great marathon this year, this New Year's. So
So I got a couple last little bits of news here. Nothing too huge. We got a new it says release date trailer. Again, it didn't say what the release date was. Getting tired of these. Getting tired of these calling them release date trailers and not actually giving us the release date.
oh yeah,
Sometime in 2021, maybe.
But it's for a new Binding of Isaac game. Binding of
really?
Isaac Repentance.
Interesting.
And it's all 3D.
Interesting.
At least the trailer was.
So not 2D.
If anyone's played the Binding of Isaac, pretty much what the trailer was the intro to the game, where it shows Isaac in his room and his mom banging on the door, and she busted open the door with a knife, and that's the whole trailer.
Interesting.
So it's literally the opening cinematic. But yeah, it was completely redone in 3D. So I'm gonna guess this is like a 3D, like an isometric 3D. That's what the original Binding of Isaac was a 2D, almost like Among Us art style.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was a top-down shooter,
Right.
twin stick shooter. And but this one is in 3D, so I'm gonna guess it's more maybe isometric. That's my guess.
Don't know.
Same type of game. I mean, how else are you gonna do a Binding of Isaac title? It has to be a twin stick. So, and the best way you could do is do it like a 3D isometric, like Enter the Gungeon, maybe.
Interesting.
That's my guess, at least. There's no other information about it. And last but not least, this one I'm going to report on mostly just because I know none of us ever played this. It was an annoying thing that annoyed everyone on Facebook, but it became mega famous. So I figured it's like mentioning that Penguin game that got shut down.
Club Penguin.
Penguin.
My nieces always talk about that.
So this one, Farmville, which had 32 million daily active users at its peak, shut down just this past Thursday.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Goodbye to an actual like online Flash legacy game.
Right?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because of the Flash.
Yep. Probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because what?
Flash doesn't work anymore.
Oh right, of course.
Flash is gone.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of these, they don't want to convert it to like Java or anything like that.
5.
I mean, honestly, with the creators of Farmville, I think they've had their run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only been what, almost 2 decades?
Yeah, there's a lot of old Flash game sites that just 90% of the games don't even work anymore. It's like, well,
now 100%.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people
they weren't all Flash based, but the majority of them were. It's like, wow.
Including archive.org is actually trying to go around the internet and archive a lot of these old Flash games and Flash applications.
Good.
And converting them over to something
God
like
bless them.
Some other
saving the internet.
Basically a Flash emulator, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. We're gonna have Flash emulators.
It's gonna be, that's crazy.
So.
It's funny because it was such an integral part of the birth of the sort of multimedia side of the internet, and and it's just been outmoded, outdated, and discontinued. Everything ends. Everything ends at some point.
Like Iceman said, Facebook games were like mobile games before mobile games were really big on smartphones.
That's true. Yeah, that's actually very true.
It's literally like some of the like when you talk about like someone plays Mario and now plays Mario 3D World on the Switch.
Yeah.
It's like people played Farmville and now they play Candy Crush on their smartphones. It's that level of evolution.
People learning animation through Flash, also video. The first iteration of YouTube used FLV as the file format, Flash video.
That's right.
So,
I remember that now.
And then a couple years later, they switched to MP4. Thankfully, they were ahead of the curve on that.
Yeah.
And then they converted all the FLV videos to MP4. And thank you, She-Hulk. And may the force be with you too. Hope you have a wonderful
Can you imagine if YouTube worked on Flash still? When Flash came to an end?
Oh God.
chaos.
Oh, that if they
Absolute
hadn't.
chaos.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Flash was the
Chaos.
only time I
Yeah.
ever truly worked on anything that was related to animation.
Yeah.
It's how I learned about point-to-point motion and keyframing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Was all using what was it? What was the Adobe Flash program called, the original program?
Is it just Animator?
No,
Adobe
it was-
Animator?
No, it wasn't Adobe.
I never used it myself, so I don't know.
No, I don't know. Do I have? I actually counted the other day. I forget. I think I missed a couple somewhere buried in the collection, but I have like 22, 23. A couple of them are
I'm
box
sure I have
sets.
some more.
Criterion
I'm not
titles.
sure.
That's the biggest criterion.
I've got
I
like
have.
40, but I've been collecting them for 20 years, so it's
I was going to say I have.
Well,
Well, I
DVD
have
one.
I have one or two on Laserdisc still as well. A couple of DVDs. I didn't
Yeah.
really count those. I was just counting the Blu-rays.
oh my Blu-rays I don't know, but I have like less than 20. But I've got
I
like
have-
Yeah.
30 DVDs.
I
I
got
have a couple.
got about 20. I think I got about 20 Blu-rays, couple of DVDs, some of which haven't been re-released on Blu-ray, so I keep those.
Mhm.
And I've also got one or two
I
Laserdiscs.
say I have a couple.
I don't
Technically,
have
one
a
of them
lot.
isn't even mine.
Adobe
Wire?
Flash was used to create Flash. Okay, there you go. um,
Oh, it's just Adobe Flash.
Criterion is something I would love to be able to afford to collect more, but here in Canada, just a basic Criterion edition of a movie is typically about $40, sometimes $50 Canadian. We do
Yeah.
not get half-price sales in Canada. They are full price all the time, and most of them are considered imports, which jacks them up a little bit more. So I think they do have a Canadian distributor, so some of them are a little cheaper once in a while, but most of them are full price all the time, which is why I don't get them very often, and I'm very selective about the
Like-
ones I do get.
Sean's personal collection's recently like 5,000-6,000 pieces, I think.
No, I don't
Easily.
think it's that much. I don't know. I haven't
You
counted
catalog
for
it,
a while. Yeah, I don't want
but in spreadsheet.
it.
Yeah, the only
Really have
Criterion
no desire to
I
do that ever.
know of.
Don't
That
care.
I
Catalog your
know.
collection.
Huh?
Let's see. Obviously, is the Criterion collection of Police Story and Police Story 2, the Jackie
Ah,
Chan
Ah, yeah.
feature.
Yeah.
And then actually just this year for Christmas, I bought it for my dad because he's a big Beatles fan. I bought him the Criterion of A Hard Day's Night.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
See,
I
for
bought
me,
it on DVD because the Blu-ray would have shown up after Christmas.
See, for me, when I reorganized the horror collection recently, I was looking it over, and it just started to annoy me seeing all the little gaps in some of the sets and collections that I wish weren't gaps. I'm like, oh, yeah, I should get that and that. And like, oh, yeah, I should get more of those. And it's like, I really wish I had a bigger section of those types of horror movies. And like, it just started to annoy me that even as big as it is, there wasn't enough. I want more. So
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if someone gave me $10,000 right now, I could spend it in hours.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
still have
Easily.
more I want.
Easily.
Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's so many titles out there.
I
It's
get-
we have a glut.
yeah.
Finally,
And-
again.
It's ridiculous. So,
My pickups
Yeah.
for next week's SNI just shipped from Amazon.
Yay!
very nice. Very nice.
I have no pickups this week.
Neither do I.
I
had 3.
have 2.
Is this like the littlest amount of pickups we've ever had?
Wow. And the
Yeah.
littlest news we've had in ages. Like, wow.
It was a very
Yeah.
light.
New
Very
Year's is a
anemic.
very light time of year.
I didn't watch a ton of stuff either. I watched a couple things this week, and that's yeah.
I just watched a crap ton of Godzilla movies. That's
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right. Well, I guess is that it for gaming news, Garbage?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let us do our pickups then. I guess it's just
I like
you
Lois.
and me, Skinslip. Hold on a sec. Let me
Let
just
us go
switch
good
over
on
to the
burgers.
pickups vision. There we go.
Oh, speaking of pickups,
Yes.
Jackie Chan, Mr. Nice Guy.
Hey,
Mr. Nice Guy. Very good.
I actually I got a gift card for Christmas late, and so
Have you seen that?
I bought a bunch of Jackie Chan movies from the UK with it.
Nice.
I don't remember. Was that one of the ones we watched?
Nope,
Have you seen it?
like theaters. in the 90s.
Okay. Okay, we'll have to do a rewatch.
Which is funny, 'cause my friend Angie, who I watched Police Story, the Criterion release this week with this last Sunday. She actually saw not Mr. Nice Guy in the theater also.
Nice.
Interesting.
Oh, and
Love Mr. Nice Guy.
live long and prosper to you too, She-Hulk. So I didn't see the second one there. Said, may the force be with you and live long and prosper. Very good.
The narwhal thingies.
I assume you're very excited for the upcoming live-action She-Hulk series for obvious reasons.
The next title is the Attic Expedition.
Ooh.
Excuse me. All right.
I like that cover.
So I had to do an order from Severin because, they had an exclusive title that I also got down here.
Yes.
So I thought this one, of the other titles that they had released that were limited editions, this one caught my eye the most.
I look into that one.
It's from 2001. I don't know anything about it. This is basically I bought this because the shipping was like $12 for one or like $15 for two. So I might as well get a second one at that point because that shipping is insane. Anyway, I live out in the boonies. All right, so that's a limited edition. The only thing that makes it limited is the soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
But all right, next we got the actual limited edition, Tales of the Uncanny.
Tales
so what makes
of the
limited
Uncanny.
edition is this disc here, Master of Horror. This one. And that all of these movies, Master of Horror, plus Eerie Tales and Unusual Tales, which are all bonus to these movies, are all anthology horror films talked about in this set in this documentary. The only one that's exclusive is the Edgar Allan Poe's Master of Horror movie.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want to miss it, so
yeah.
That's it. That's what I got. That's my big
yeah.
order.
Thanks for reminding me. I need to order that Tales of the Uncanny. Being a huge anthology horror fan, that's definitely one I do not want to miss out on.
It's really good. We're gonna talk about it.
I'm sure it is.
I watched it.
Okay, cool.
It's Vinegar Syndrome, right?
No, it's Severin.
Severin.
Yeah.
They do good work.
The limited edition's fairly cheap, actually. Just looking at it.
It's only usually about $5 or $6 more than the regular. So.
Yeah. Okay,
so
I got 2 items this week. Money's was pretty tight over the holidays, so this was basically all I could afford. But I wanted to get something, because I hadn't got anything for how many weeks have I had no pickups. So, first up, the movie that people were beginning to think would never get released, The New Mutants. There you go.
Hey,
so the last of the Fox X-Men films, at long last. So, yeah.
I need that.
It's got a decent number of extras on here. It's got some deleted scenes. The ones I'm most excited about are, we got one called Origins and Influences with legendary Marvel illustrator Bill Sienkiewicz, and a Josh Boone interview with Bill Sienkiewicz, and a featurette called Meet the New Mutants, which I'm guessing is just a fluff piece of spotlighting the characters, and the theatrical trailer. But I know Bill Sienkiewicz, of course, was the big artist who was, most, responsible for the success of the New Mutants. It was Chris Claremont writing, and he took over, and Bill Sienkiewicz took over as main artist for a good chunk of its 80s run, and that's considered the big famous era. I follow Bill Sienkiewicz on Twitter, and he's been all raves about this movie, and I was like, well, that's half of the people who made it what it is. So,
right.
And also the fact that they got him to participate in the extras. I mean, that's a pretty big blessing right there. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. I like the idea of a superhero horror movie, and I think that kind of tone is just right for the New Mutants, especially since I think they're focusing on it's kind of a loose adaptation of the Demon Bear story. So,
correct. They just reprinted that,
which is, X-Men horror story. So it's so I'm looking forward to checking it out. I was going to watch it before SNI this week because I want to talk about it in the movies, but I just didn't get around to it. I was too busy watching other things. And next up,
sleeping.
Huh?
And sleeping and streaming.
And sleeping and streaming. There's been a lot of streaming this week, yeah. So, and then this one I picked up because I thought it would be good to throw into the mix for my weekly game, or my over the course of the week game streams. I'm getting close. Only when I'm talking, I swear. Yes, I'm a Christmas elf. Merry fucking Christmas. Anyway, thank you, Manic. 43 months. Holy shit. One more than the meaning of life. That's crazy. So anyway, I'm getting close to the end of the Outer Worlds, which I've been enjoying immensely. I think I'm getting close to the end. I've made a lot of progress in it, so I assume I'm getting close to the end by now. Very good game. Really enjoying it a lot. Sprawling sci-fi RPG. We play it every Tuesday on my Twitch. So Tuesday is Outer Worlds Day. Unless you're watching this years from now and I've long since finished it, in which case, enjoy it in the archives. So I thought, well, this could be an interesting one to throw into the mix for the Tuesday streams. Horizon Zero Dawn, which I've heard is fantastic. There is, of course, there is a sequel coming out on the PS5. And, yeah, this is the complete edition, includes all the DLC. So this was only 10...
Some of those cases. Those cases are nice.
This was only $10. It was basically on sale for Boxing Week, and I grabbed it. So. Huh?
Is that Blu-ray sized?
Yes. Yes, the same size.
I want that for the fucking case.
It's actually, you know what? It's very similar to the Criterion cases because there's no bar on the top. It's just the insert. So
I see that.
Maybe
nice.
Yeah, take a look, see if there's any what is it? Yeah, it's just, you know, you fit your insert booklet there, your disc there.
Nice.
I might get that might get something like this for my what is it, the Criterion of Breakfast Club, because you might recall that one came in a standard Blu-ray case with all the Criterion stuff jammed into it.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
I
that.
think they had the shortage or whatever at that time.
That what?
Correctly. They had the shortage in the clear cases at that point.
No, it was from a third-party seller.
Oh, there was at one point they did release some blue cases because there was a shortage.
Well, this was clearly not intended to be released that way.
I didn't know that.
No, it looked like it had been re-shrink wrapped, and then it was sold as new. I think the individual who sold it or bought it as a gift for me got their money back because that was bullshit.
That is pretty bullshit.
Yeah. Sold as new, and it was clearly re-shrink wrapped and not even in a Criterion case. So, fuck that noise. All the contents were there. It has the insert, it has the booklet, you know, everything's there. Just in the wrong kind of case. You know, that's part of the classiness of Criterion. They had those nice clear cases with no bar, and the insert goes right to the top.
PS5 cases like that?
I think so. I think they're the same.
I just need like a couple of those for my fucking Arrow. I have a few broken Arrow cases, so I kind of need to replace those.
Yeah, the PS4 cases are sorry. It's not just the greatest hits ones. The regular cases are like this as well, except they're blue instead of red.
Okay.
But yeah. So, might be a cheaper alternative than getting the official Criterion clear cases. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, that's it for pickups. I do have a few things on the way in the mail. I did get a refund on one item that I ordered 2 months ago, and it just never showed up. So, got my money back on that. It was going to be one of the Vampire the Masquerade novels from the 90s that I used to have, loaned to a friend and never got back. So I thought, you know, the new game's coming out. I kind of had Vampire the Masquerade on the brain. I'm like, oh, I should try to get those 2 books that I lent to him ages ago back in the collection, because I'd like to reread them. I really enjoyed them. And
especially ones with Theo Bell.
So I was looking forward to it, and it just never showed up. So I guess I'll have to keep looking.
It's like a Bruja trilogy I need to get.
They did a couple. They did the clan books. There's 2 different versions of that you can get. One is the 13 books, which are just focus on the story of the individual clans. Then there's a 3-volume reprint edition they did, which puts everything into chronological order. So the individual chapters in the 13 books were given specific dates and times of day. So it puts everything in correct chronological order, the actual chronological sequence of events, because all 13 books are connected. It's one massive saga. So it's like 3...
Oh, I want that now.
It's like 3 600-page books. Apparently, I looked them up. Ridiculously out of print. I'm guessing they had a really low print run, and good luck finding them for anything even remotely affordable. But
Got it.
yeah, but I'd really like to get those as well because it sounded terrific. Then they did the Vampire Dark Ages clan books, which was another 13 books. This one, however, was chronological in the way it was originally published. So there's been no reprint of that. Then they did some of the trilogies. They did the Clan trilogy. They did the Bruja trilogy. They did.
That's what I want.
They
Is it
did
Missy
one or,
Shamasay, excuse me?
they did one or two more. It was around the time when the franchise was kind of rested for a while, so it was all kind of tapering off. So I
There was
think
Shamasay, which is the TZs, whatever.
yes,
however
I
you
think
spell
that
it.
was one of them. Yeah,
Everyone calls it Zimisy, but that's
Zimich. Yeah, I never knew how to pronounce it.
I think it's Shamasay, something like that. Something close to that.
Zamache, something like that. That kind
Yeah,
of makes
it's
sense.
the
Yeah.
foreign word that I don't remember the language for. Someone told me how to say it, so maybe
Yeah.
it's wrong.
But yeah, because I was digging into this when I was looking up the books that I wanted to get. I wanted to make sure I got all the specific ones I was after, and some of the other ones that I didn't have. And yeah, I think it's actually cheaper to track down the 13 original Clan books than to find that 3-volume reprint edition. So it's just kind of funny. One of those rare cases where the reprint is worth more.
It's like a director's cut,
Kind of, and I think it does have some additional material in it as well. That
I wonder
is
if
not...
it's available digitally for cheap.
Oh, that's a possibility. Because I think that because they've made a lot of the game books available digitally now, like officially made them available digitally.
I know.
So maybe. But anyway, so hopefully I'll find. There was only 2 books. It was 2 of the ones published by HarperCollins. They were publishing a few World of Darkness books concurrently at the same time that World of Darkness or White Wolf themselves were doing theirs. I don't know what the deal was there, but they did like 4 vampire books, I think. They did a couple of werewolf ones. Anyway, I had all 4 of the vampire ones that HarperCollins had done. 2 of them I really enjoyed a lot. One of them got a sequel published by White Wolf. And so it's like, to truly have everything, you need the HarperCollins ones and the... Because one didn't reprint the other. They were 2 separate series, but they were still part of the same universe. They were connected. So, I really liked them a lot. So that's why I lent them to my friends. Like, you gotta read these. They're great. And then you just never gave them back. So anyway, yeah. All in good time. But there's a bit of a resurgence in interest in Vampire the Masquerade. There's the 2...
Huge interest. I have a friend who plays in one of the live streams.
Yeah.
One of the more popular live stream
games. There's the sequel to Bloodlines coming out. They also put out a couple of visual novels, which I have. There's Coteries of New York and Shadows of New York, which I was just gifted like yesterday, I think.
I really want to get those. I really want to get those because I'm such a huge vampire fan.
Have you looked at the trailers for those?
Yeah, I want them.
Yeah, they look so... The artwork is just beautiful.
It's beautiful. Oh, I always loved vampire art. They've always had like some of the best artists.
Same. Yeah.
Oh, White Wolf artists. They've always had some of the best art.
Yeah. I remember Tim Bradstreet was one of the big ones. He would do these...
Oh, he did a lot of those covers. A lot of those really
covers
badass.
And also a lot of the, like, just sort of representative black and white character drawings to show a member of a clan.
It's funny. You can see some of those characters and you're like, that's fucking Punisher. Yeah, it's the same, but that's basically just fucking Punisher, right? He just drew fucking Punisher in this book.
Yeah.
And he did all like a bunch of Punisher covers also.
I could totally see that. Yeah, I could see him doing.
He did like when they did the Mac series with the NS writing. He did a good chunk of the covers for that series.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I've not all of them. He may have done all of them. I just can't quote myself on that 'cause I'm not sure.
No, he was.
He did a lot of them, a good chunk of them.
I know he was one of the big popular artists to come out of the World of Darkness stuff, well, vampire stuff in particular, and yeah, I loved his artwork. A lot of the books, a lot of the source books I have his artwork in them. Like I've got the Book of Nod and the Book of the Damned and the Beast Within, and well, Beast Within is short stories.
A real copy of Book of Nod.
Huh?
I bought it at Hot Topic.
Yeah, the one with like the sort of faux leather cover. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one I've got. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But like I mean, I've been playing Vampire on and off with some friends for like a year. We're just 3 of us playing the game, right?
Yeah.
And I just randomly walked to Hot Topic. And I'm like, oh hey, look, the Book of Nod. Oh hey, look, the fucking LARPing rules for Vampire the Masquerade. So I bought both of those that day.
the thing I loved about the Book of Nod was it could be used any number of ways as like a prop for your LARPing or what have you. But the book itself is basically it's just all lore. It's lore and backstory and history of the clans and Cain and Abel and all that stuff. It's fantastic. It's just full of gorgeous.
Written from the perspective of someone in the world too, so it draws you right in.
Exactly.
It's like excerpts from like ancient scripts and like and letters and things like that. So it's like
it's really cool. I like that one a lot.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I always liked it. But
Sean would enjoy movies about war and bloodshed and violence.
huh?
I don't know.
Where was that?
What?
Shoving some shit in there.
Okay. And yeah, Stewie's apparently very excited that I got Horizon. Excellent. A lot of people are apparently, so I'm looking forward to jumping into that. So I'm going to finish up Outer Worlds, and then we'll drop that into the Tuesday slot. So probably it'll be sometime this month, likely, that we'll start that one. I don't foresee Outer Worlds taking too much longer. But, and yes, the Bioshock remasters are gorgeous. Rosie played a little bit of the first one. It's very, very good.
Like when you play the those vampire novels, it's like if I haven't played the game yet, I'm not gonna be at your stream. Like not like
Yeah.
I'm like, serious about that one. Like one of those ones.
What?
Back up a cart.
How do you back up a cart?
Yeah,
I don't think you can.
I'm stuck.
You'd have to tell your horses to go in reverse and push against the cart rather than pull. I don't
Throw
know.
that
I
Mustang.
don't know if they
over.
like to do that.
Yeah. It doesn't a little bit. You can back up a little bit. And
Yeah,
then,
No,
like,
she's
she's
stuck.
asking
She's
you
stuck.
how to do something with a horse. Oh my
She's
god!
stuck.
Did you try
What
to
are you
back up in
stuck
with
on?
the horse in the cart? It jackknifed after a couple.
She's stuck on like rocks or something, and
Barrels
Oh, you have
of
to shoot your horse.
the Raiders
Whoops.
Left.
yeah, they can't move. You're screwed.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Rescue these two dudes.
You're trying to rescue. Well, you could just open the thing and let them run away.
Tell her to call AAA.
She's trying to rescue a couple prisoners.
Tell her to call AAA.
Or you could just shoot them both and put them out of their misery.
Yep, that's the plan. That's what I said. That's what I suggested. Tell her Auntie chance suggested Auntie least chance. I fucked my
Well,
own
I
name
don't
up.
know. You can't open it?
Say third time's a charm there, Skinslip.
You can't open it?
What?
Say third time's a charm there, Skinslip.
Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Shut up, garbage camera.
Garbage camera.
So, what did we all watch this week?
What movies did we watch?
Oh, I watched a bunch of movies. I'll go first.
I watched a movie
I'll go first.
and a show.
I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
I actually watched
Nobody watched Cobra Kai. God damn it.
Yeah. Garbage Camera's like, actually, no.
You're making me
Well,
want to put it off for
Garbage,
another
you
year.
got a movie to go for? You should go first, actually, if you have movies.
Yes.
Wait, what?
You're late. You're on vacation. Fuck you. I
Yeah,
can go
whatever.
first.
What? Hey,
A covation.
rude.
He's on vacation. He's fine.
Yeah.
Rude.
All right. So, I watched last Sunday with my friend Angie Police Story. And I watched the how Jackie Chan does. We watched how Jackie Chan does comedy, or it's action or whatever, with that video on YouTube. That like I think Nerd Writer, no, not Writer. Every Frame of Painting, I think did.
Okay.
So we watched that first, and then we watched Police Story, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. She enjoyed it too. So
Very nice.
I just went off on a little buying spree when I got my gift card and bought some more Jackie Chan movies. So I'm like, oh okay, we're got a friend into Jackie Chan movies. Let's do it. So that's that. I then I watched. Then me and Justin watched the movies. Hey Justin, let's talk about Midnight Sky.
Do
Okay.
you want me to fall asleep? Because I'm really close to falling asleep.
My dad watched that too and fucking hated it.
It's 2 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
It feels 2 hours long.
It feels full long.
It feels
Oh.
very long.
Uh-huh.
It feels longer than 2001. I don't know
So-
how.
But George Clooney, it is actually, I think, is it longer than 2001?
No. 2001 is like 2.5 hours. It's actually not
Yeah, okay,
that
no,
long.
it's like 3. It's okay. It's 30 minutes shorter and it feels longer somehow. Go figure. So George Clooney's like this dying guy, last guy on Earth type thing. He's like everyone else is left on ships, and like he's like trying to contact this ship that was going on
Oh, this is
exploration
the new.
mission to
I know the one you're
Jupiter,
talking about. Yeah, yeah.
and like
Yeah.
they're trying to come back to Earth, but he's gonna warn them to turn back to Jupiter because like Earth's dead. So he's like trying to do that, and then some shit happens, and I don't want to spoil it because in case
Yeah.
someone actually wants to watch it. But it's
Yeah.
very slow, very
Okay.
Very
meditative,
plotting.
but not in an interesting way. So it was just boring.
The thing is, like, it's not bad technically in terms
No.
of the way that it's shot and everything. The story isn't the
story's not the
story
problem.
is a bit pedantic, I would say.
Pedantic.
It's shallow and pedantic.
Shallow.
I was gonna say shallow.
It's
Yeah.
just shallow. There's not a lot there. That's a good point.
I love that I can't use those words anymore because of fucking
Family Guy.
Yeah.
It insists upon itself.
This movie does. It insists upon itself.
It's the definition.
It really does.
There's not a lot here.
Uh-huh.
It's not
Style
bad,
over
though.
substance.
The thing is, George directed a lot of great
George
things.
Clooney.
He did Good Luck and Good Night,
Mm-hmm.
and
Good night, good luck.
or Good Night and Good Luck. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Good luck and
and that
good
was-
night.
He did a couple other good movies too, but
But like, he's not a bad director. He's a competent director.
Mm-hmm.
you can
And I
actually
think
you can tell
he
he's
did-
actually a good director. He just
He
doesn't.
did
know how to
okay
edit.
with this one. It's just like you got the sense that he thought there was way more to this than there actually was,
Mm.
and he tried to make it work like it was something way bigger than. He was trying to make Interstellar 2 and failed.
Okay.
Here's my
It sucked.
feeling is I feel like that movie needed to be edited down. I think maybe he doesn't know how to not fall in love with fucking every shot he films.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's a problem as a director. I've experienced it in film school where you're like, I can't get rid of the shot. Like, you can get rid of
Yes.
that shot. You're
Like,
in
yes,
love with the
yes,
shot.
you can.
You're in love with the fact that it took you 4 fucking hours to set up that shot, and you had to shoot 16 fucking times, but you finally fucking got it. It was a marathon. That's what you're in love with. You're not actually in love with whether you need the shot or not.
Mhm.
That's why you need a very adamant and serious director who's like, look, you need to cut this fucking scene. It's boring. There's
Yeah.
a lot of scenes in that movie that are superfluous. Lots of fucking walking. The movie could have been about 20 minutes shorter, and it would have been a much better film, I think.
Yeah.
I was bored. The one cardinal sin a film should not do.
Don't
Remember?
bore me.
It can be
Yeah.
good and bad, but it can't be boring.
Mhm.
It was boring. It was well shot. It was well acted.
Cool.
It's beautifully shot, I have to say. It's like it's
Yeah.
a beautifully shot film, but
I look forward to watching it and loving it.
It was another thing is it was pretty predictable. Not a terrible thing to be predictable.
predictable.
But,
not a drawback to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it was kind of like, you could have done it this way, and I feel like it might have been better, but I don't know for sure.
I'm not entirely sure what he's saying.
How would you know?
Because there's not enough here to say. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like there's enough here for him to be saying anything. That's the problem. That's the problem with the movie. He's not. There's nothing. What the fuck did he waste my 2 hours of my life? Because he said nothing with that movie.
You have nothing interesting to say.
So
Oh,
I
good.
gave it like
It
a
happened. Excellent.
6
Some
out of
people died.
10. It's not bad, but it's
Yeah.
eh.
There are some spacewalk sequences that are fucking intense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's some really intense stuff here in the second half of the movie, but you have to get through the first half of the movie first.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Gotcha.
walking in that part.
Yeah.
So yeah, 6 out of 10 was what he gave it. I gave it just barely. It was almost 5 out of 10. It's like almost 5 out of 10. Next, I was like, okay, I'm tired of this shit. Let's watch something fun. We watched VFW from which Bagos is it? Joe Bagos? Joe Bagos, I think. Joe Bagos, who did a previous one we saw called Almost Human. We're gonna watch Bliss because it's on Shudder also. We haven't seen that yet. Same director. So VFW is William Sadler and Fred Williamson and who else was there? There was a whole bunch of character actors.
God, there's
Martin Cove.
yeah.
Oh,
George
Martin
White
Cove.
was there.
Nice.
Tom Williamson.
Yeah, it was basically think Expendables, but full of like,
Character actors.
cult character actors. Yeah.
Old character actors, yeah. And it was so these guys are in the VFW, and this gang wants these drugs from this girl, and this girl runs in for safety, and then the gang doesn't want to let the VFW dudes survive, so there's an Assault Precinct 13 situation. In fact,
Yeah.
5 minutes into this movie, we're like, I feel like this is Assault and Precinct 13. So in the plot,
There are many,
Oh, really?
many references.
It's so
references
good.
to-
I fucking adored
All the
this movie. I'm gonna go
Precinct 13.
buy this movie. It's
Cool.
so
It's
good.
so much fun. It's a
gore is
total
really
homage to John Carpenter
Yes.
and to
Extra
Assault on
gory.
Precinct 13,
On top of that,
and to the kind of like 80s exploitation films,
Oh.
right?
it
Mhm.
was the
So-
right kind of throwback film. It felt so good.
It felt like it was
You're gonna
made in
love
the
this,
80s,
John.
but it was
Really
not.
gonna love it.
What was it called again?
VFW. from 2019.
VFW.
The nice thing
okay.
about it is it's pretty cheap, at least it
10
has
bucks
been in the
For
United
the
States.
Blu-ray in the US, $12
Pretty
on
cheap, yeah.
So probably like $15 there, which is not bad. I would think
Alright.
maybe less actually. I think your dollars backs are better than ours now.
Mhm.
I will say this, like, The Expendables is fun. This is better. This is
Oh,
honestly better
such a
than
better
any of the
movie. This
Expendables.
is so good. This is so fucking good. Oh my god, I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. I want to watch this movie again. I really enjoy. I'm gonna get this on Blu-ray. I want to watch it again because watching it streaming, you know, it's a little crushed in the blacks. It's a very dark movie.
Yeah.
But oh, I love the way this movie looked. I fucking adored this one.
Cool.
This one made it onto the canon of Skinslip. That's how good it was. And that's not something that happens often on a first-time watch. Next, we watched something that started out really good.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh, we're gonna talk
Oh,
about
no.
Skinner from 1993.
So don't get this. First
Starring
of all,
Ted Raimi.
don't.
Well, no, don't tell some people what to do or not. Just say like they can do what they want. Everyone has a different line, okay? Everyone has a different line. I
What
don't
was it?
judge people. Skinner from 1993.
Skinner.
It stars
Okay.
Ted Raimi as a serial killer whose last name is Skinner, and he skins people. That's his thing.
I gathered.
And about an hour into this movie, he skins a person of color and wears their skin and runs around speaking jive talk.
It's-
wow.
Yeah, that's the face.
Literally-
That's the face me and Justin make where I was like,
it's
"What am I
literally
watching?"
fucking face, only it feels even worse to me.
It's so awkward. I was like-
You don't even realize how bad it gets because at first you're just like, wow, that's bad for the first like 10 seconds or so. And then it continues to go on for like 3 fucking minutes and
Nope.
get worse and worse and worse
It's like
in terms
15
of like
minutes.
how racist it is. I'm just like,
Wow.
oh
I
my
mean,
god.
I know no one
Oh,
thought this was
God.
racist. They thought they were
It's
trying to
so
make commentary,
uncomfortable.
but
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
It just turns out they're just being racist.
they were just they were trying to say something.
They're
And
trying to
instead
make
they
a
said the
caricature
wrong
of
thing.
racist people. and it's
They
just like,
said the wrong thing.
They said the wrong thing. I can see them trying to say
Ugh.
something here, right? But they're not.
Yeah.
It's not good. It
Sorry,
doesn't.
you're not,
Like,
you're not
in terms
blazing
of, like-
cattle. You're not.
I can see
Yeah.
how they might you might be able to write it off as like, well, they're trying to make you uncomfortable. This whole movie is about making you uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and it is to a certain degree about that. But holy fucking shit, I'm never gonna watch that again. I'm selling that.
Yep.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
want that in my collection.
It's worth watching
Excellent.
once. You got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
God, that minstrel show comes to mind. That's what it feels like, kind of watching it. Like it's bad. It's
Which is why I say I think it's trying to say something, but it's not the thing that we should be saying. You're going the wrong direction with this.
oh my goodness, things that did not age well. That
I can see why it took so long for people to release this one. And why Severin's like Severin has no fear. They don't give a fuck.
I was just like, Ted Raimi had a career after this.
I'm shocked. I know, right?
Fuck.
He got buried. That's why. Okay, so the next I watched Tales of Uncanny from 2020. Excellent documentary. They talk about the very beginning how they started doing the documentary, and then like the pandemic hit, so everything's done via fucking video chat.
Great.
Very good though, right? And so they have like a cutout TV, so it starts out like this and it slowly zooms into the conversation, and it's really immersive. You don't really notice that there's an issue, and you can tell they're cutting around video artifacting issues by showing clips and stuff like that to like mask some of the imperfections in the the video chatting format that we have going on here, right?
Yeah.
Very good documentary, 7 out of 10, highly rated, worth checking out. If you love horror anthologies, you need to see this documentary. Very good.
Cool.
Next, I watched with my friend Angie and her girlfriend Chloe. I watched Godzilla 1954.
Hey, the original.
The original Japanese version.
Very nice. The original Japanese version is so superior.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I like the Verbo for its own thing, but it's not the same
Yeah, of
quality
course.
movie.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I also showed a bevy of classic Godzilla commercials, like the Dr. Pepper ad, the Charles Barkley ad, all those kind of things. Some Japanese ads with like knockoff Godzillas. We watched the coming out video that came out last year for Pride by a trans artist, and so that was really cool.
Nice.
Very nice.
I too watched a bunch of Godzilla.
Bacha.
Then I watched Beastmaster Chronicles, which is the feature-length documentary on the new Beastmaster Blu-ray. Very fucking informative. I feel like the way it was edited in segments so you can watch them piece by piece, but I feel like they should have had a separate edition where you could watch it all at once because it feels choppy when it's presented on the disc as is. But it's a very good documentary as is.
Mhm.
Just it could be slightly better. Next, from my friend Megan, we watched Vibes from 1988, which was sold to me as a diet Romancing the Stone, starring Jeff Goldblum and Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, God.
It's so good. It was so much fun. Oh my fucking god, this is a hidden gem. I have never
that
heard
on VHS.
I don't think it's got any other release. I've never heard of it before. She's like, hey, let's watch this. Like, okay. We watched it. It's like, oh, amazing. It was so much fun. Not even close to Diet Romancing the Stone. It's its own beast. Its own little black comedy thing going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched Rome, Armed to the Teeth.
Okay.
Also known as Assault with a Deadly Weapon, and released in the U.S. as The Tough Ones by Groundhouse Releasing. This is just your basically cops and robbers film, but like the action sequences were fucking fun as shit. I fell asleep for like 5 minutes of this movie, woke up, and the action sequence was still happening, so I wasn't lost at all. It was great. I went to bed after that. Then I watched a movie I don't recommend, Certain Fury, and this there's a Data O'Neill, this other chick, and they're like these street ladies who get caught. One's like a thief, one's a hooker, and they get caught up in a mass murder and get falsely accused for it. They're on the run from the law, of course, right? And they go to the sleazy guy's house, and then he tries to attempt to rape the one girl, but his attempt is to shatter the glass door and then walk into the shower with the broken glass. It's so nonsensical. This whole fucking script is such a mess. The movie's a mess. There's like glorification of rape. There's jokes about rape. It's a bunch of racism, like horrible racism, and not like from characters we're supposed to care about. By the way, do not recommend this movie. 2 out of 10. It was not good.
Wow.
And then finally, yesterday I watched Naked Lunch with my friend Erica. Wow, let me take another hit from this. Hold on.
Naked
hold on for
Lunch.
that one.
That's what I've been wanting to see for a very long time. There's a really nice Criterion edition of it, apparently. So,
Yes, we watched the Criterion Blu-ray. And stars Peter Weller. He's an exterminator, and he's getting in trouble with the government because his wife keeps shooting up his bug formula because it's addictive drugs like heroin. It's basically a euphemism for heroin.
yeah.
All right. So he's like on the run. So he goes to this place called Interzone, which is like this kind of nondescript, definitely a foreign place, mix of foreign cultures, mostly Middle Eastern type place. And he starts hallucinating that his typewriter is a fucking bug with a talking anus. And I'm not spoiling anything because this is the first 10 minutes of the movie, 15 minutes of the movie. The movie is fucking weird as shit. I need to watch it again. It's definitely saying something here. I read an article about it, helped illuminate some of it, but I need to rewatch it again because I was like, what the fuck half the time. There's a lot of what the fucks. It's a very surreal film. I would say it's part of a trilogy because this is books, then there's movies with the Videodrome, and then there's computers with existence. There's the Cronenberg's trilogy, based on mediums, and then them driving the main characters insane in some manner.
Excellent.
So anyway, it's worth watching. I gave it 7 out of 10.
Yeah, wow, only 7 out of 10? I thought it would have been a little higher than that. But,
That was my first impression.
Okay.
I was very confused. I had to read an article to figure it out. I need to watch it again, and on rewatch, it goes up or down. That's how it works. Every time I watch a movie, it's its own rating. So one time I watch a movie and it's 4 stars. Sometimes it's 3 stars. Just depends on what's going on. But yeah, Naked Lunch is a 7 out of 10 right now.
There you go.
Dud. I'm done.
Okay. Excellent.
Woo.
Stoudman.
Well, let Eric go first.
Eric.
I only have one other thing I watched, so
That's fair.
I watched a bunch of Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
Which one?
Watched
Godzilla.
the ones I was able to catch on that marathon. But I watched the original Godzilla King of the Monsters, the one with Perry Mason.
Yay! I'm gonna get back to the girls too at some point.
Watched Godzilla vs. Monster Zero.
Okay, yeah.
Watched Son of Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
And capped it all off with my personal favorite and the first one I ever watched. I think most people's first one they ever watched. Godzilla vs. Megalon.
Ah,
Yay.
yes. Love
Meg
Godzilla
vs.
versus
Megalon was
Megalon.
dragging around TV a lot.
I was gonna say, yeah, when I was a kid, that was the one that was always on TV, and it was the only Godzilla movie we owned on VHS. So that was like, for me, that was Godzilla. Was that Godzilla versus Megalon?
Oh right, that's right. Iceman's got a point. The book Naked Lunch is just a bunch of vignettes. So the movie Naked Lunch is about the writing of it's meta. So it's half about the content of the book, and it's half about William Burroughs' actual life, including the reenacting his murder of his wife by him.
Oh, okay. That's
So, like,
morbid as fuck.
There's so much to this movie I gotta watch. I gotta watch it again. Sorry,
Yeah.
Iceman reminded me of that. We made me forget.
Okay. It
Sorry,
does that sometimes.
But yes, Godzilla vs. Geigen. I mean, Megalon, good shit.
Megalon. Yeah. I was said you always got to cap it off with a little bit of Jet Jaguar.
I have a gift where it has Jeff Jaguar. Jeff Jaguar. Jeff Jaguar.
Good old Jeff Jaguar.
Jeff Jaguar getting beaten infinitely. The way it's like
Hey,
looped
yeah, I
perfectly.
saw the notification, Legally My Gamer. I just didn't want to interrupt them while they're doing their movie reviews. I'm not seeing it showing up on Steam for some reason. I'm just poking around trying to see what's going on here.
I don't know why. I just pictured like, the Jet Jaguar as Jeff Jaguar.
Jeff
him
Jaguar.
Feeding the
yeah.
monster, and then instead of doing his stance and making the noise, you just hear, "My name's Jeff."
Here, I will post the gift for you, Eric. I think you will love it.
Oh man.
I'm Jeff Jaguar.
Oh, there we go.
My name's Jeff.
Yeah, so Legally My Gamer just gifted me the Disney games of Aladdin and The Lion King, 16-bit classics.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, those games are
I
great,
remember-
by the
I
way.
remember playing Aladdin on the Sega Genesis a couple times. I thought it was really well done. Very cool.
I've got
One thing
Jungle Book. That's the only one I have. I want
Uh,
the other.
And he
to
said,
mention about that Disney Classic set, by the way,
yes.
is the Aladdin ones has every version of Aladdin, including the ones that were showed at E3 and at like the demos.
Oh,
They did.
wow. Oh, that's cool.
It's
They're
super worth
actually-
getting.
Yeah, that's what Legal My Gamer was saying. It comes with 6 different versions of Aladdin and 5 different versions of The Lion King. That's cool. So you get like the sort of the definitive collection.
Yeah,
And Genesis, there's Genesis and Super Nintendo. They're different. There's also a PC version.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Well, there's and, like that's fucking cool. I think there's Master System one. I don't remember if that's
I
right.
don't
or not.
remember. But I remember there were some
Yeah, maybe
differences
like
between the
nothing about it.
platforms as well.
There was a Game
so
Boy one that's in there.
Oh yes, I think there's a Game Boy one. Yes,
That's very
which is
cool.
different also. Anyway, I posted in Cram for you, Eric, so you can see the infinite Jeff Jaguar beatdown.
Oh God.
Oh no.
So
I
was
can
that the
get,
last
like-
one?
Oh. Oh, that's perfectly looped.
I know, right?
Last one, Eric.
So what?
Did you watch any other movies?
No, just Godzilla.
Okay.
Okay.
It got me on a
Wow.
Godzilla kick, and I was gonna try to watch Godzilla Earth or the Godzilla whatever or whatever it's
Monster
called.
Planet.
Monster
Yeah.
Planet.
All right,
Whatever.
yeah.
Pick. There's 5 fucking titles. I just need to pick one.
Well, the last thing I watched was the entire second season of The Mandalorian.
Hey.
I say finally because if you haven't seen something Star Wars within 20 seconds of it being released, then you're way, way behind, and everybody will spoil it for you immediately.
Pretty much,
Apparently
yeah.
I'm
By the
miles
way,
behind
if
then.
anybody spoils it, I will be upset. Don't
It's the
spoil
same
it for
I
anyone
haven't
else.
seen the
with-
first season yet.
It's the same thing with Doctor Who. I have to mute Doctor Who anytime there's any new
Yeah.
episodes or anything. It's like, I once had a guy chew me out because I hadn't watched like the last couple episodes. He's talking about gatekeeping. He's like, well, if you were a real fan, you would watch it as
Oh,
soon as it
God.
came out. I'm like,
Oh.
fuck you, buddy. I was watching Doctor Who when you weren't even a twinkle in your mommy and daddy's eye. So don't talk to me about being a real fan.
Right? It's like,
Fuck's sake.
well, some of us are adults.
Yeah, some of us are adults who
Responsibilities.
have things to do and can't watch things the second they come out.
Some of those
so-
are fucking adults. I love that.
Yeah,
That's great.
exactly.
But yeah, I really loved it. I liked it better than the first season, honestly, in a lot of ways.
Wow, really?
It's at least on par with the first season, which was
Cool.
excellent, obviously. But it's like there are certain aspects that I felt like storytelling wise were way better in the second season. I will say there was that one guy who got emotional about a certain scene, and somebody related to Star Wars was made that comment to him saying you're not allowed to get emotional about Star Wars,
Oh,
which is
That's
literally
bullshit.
clearly tongue in cheek, like
yeah.
the people who didn't like The Last Jedi, but like this essentially.
Yeah. The endless
what I
Jet
will say-
Jaguar beatdown. I love it.
My favorite scene was actually from the second to last episode, and it's because it stars a character that was recurring from the first season, but something happens to him, and then you don't know if you're going to see him again. And he comes back, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah. He cut off there.
This specific scene that he's in, though,
Mhm.
I absolutely love it. It's just like it's exactly me to a T. Like exactly like the situation he's in, what he does. I'm like, yep, that's what I would have done. You know?
Oh yeah. I think I know the character you're talking about because I think that part was spoiled for me. Surprise, surprise.
Maybe. It
I've had a few things
depends
spoiled.
because
I just-
I mean it's not like I'm not gonna say anything else. Nope. You just watch it
I will.
when you get the time.
I will. They're all on standby.
Well,
Watch
the nice
them
thing
all.
about The Mandalorian, though, is that the episodes are all under an hour. You know, they're
That's true. That's
between
true.
like 30 minutes and 50 minutes.
Might do it tomorrow, actually, Sunday. Hey,
I
Rose.
need to see the first
And
season.
there's
Wanna
only
watch
8
The
episodes.
Mandalorian
so-
tomorrow, season 2?
Yeah.
If you want to watch season 2 of The Mandalorian tomorrow, because I have them, I'm just waiting on you.
Yes.
Wow, such enthusiasm. Okay, it's a date.
She'll be more enthusiastic when you watch it.
I know,
'cause
I
think
know.
she'll like it.
I know.
I still like that reaction. What?
Like, you want to watch it? I guess. Like, that was great. Okay. No, I do not, Duncan.
Ugh.
So, anyway, fun fact.
Yeah,
The
that
Lion
was-
King was developed by Westwood Studios, the creators of Command and Conquer. Well, I know them as the
it was.
developers of The Legend of Carandia.
I don't know what that
See,
is.
I know obscure games, too.
Fuck do I find out?
Only true Scotsmen.
What's that one where you are Festigio? Yeah, see, I can make words up too.
Fushta. Just remember that
See,
scene.
I remember, Westwood Studios was, for Dune,
Yes.
Command and Conquer, was it Lands of Lore?
Maybe.
Was the other one? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not geeky enough for this discussion.
Yes, Lands of Lore series.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah. No, I know. Yeah, Lands of Lore. But yeah, the thing I probably know the most for was Dune 2, the building of an empire, and then subsequent remastering of it as Dune 2000, and then of course the Command and Conquer series. But Dune 2
course.
is the one I've played the most.
How could I have not fucking the Blade Runner?
Blade Runner. I actually didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Blade Runner.
Yeah. Eye of the Beholder.
Wonderful.
Oh, Nox.
Wonderful FMV game, Blade Runner. I have Blade Runner installed on my gaming PC. The intent was to play it at some point. I installed a few cyberpunk-esque games in case I couldn't get Cyberpunk working. So I really wanted to play something cyberpunky. so I installed Blade Runner, of course. And then, as you guys know, if you were there on the stream, Beneath the Steel Sky with the MT32 sound emulation for the music. Which sounds gorgeous, by the way. Oh, and Rise of the Dragon, also with MT32 emulation. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
They even did some of the early PC BattleTech games.
Okay. Yep. Deus
That's
Ex.
1988.
Yeah, I think I have most, if not all of those.
C64, DOS, Apple II, Atari ST, and Amiga.
Cool.
Yeah, they have. Westwood Studios was around for a long time. They had
Yes.
a D&D license for a while.
So what else
they
did
did
you
it.
watch, Stoud?
I guess I watched you.
You
streaming
watched
for
me?
3 days. Yeah.
The movie
played a
of
lot of,
Z.
We played a lot of Fortnite together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
we
we
did.
played. Actually, we did. We played a bunch of Fortnite together on both nights, I think. Yeah, on both nights of the Fortnite nights.
Mostly first night. Mostly on the first night.
Oh,
was what I
yeah.
said.
See, now I'm looking through Westwood Studios' back catalog.
Oh, okay.
And there's some that I'm just remembering that
They
they
did a lot.
co-produced.
Moving
They
on.
co-developed.
Yes.
One of them was Resident Evil.
Cool. Anyway, movies I watched this week.
Who cares?
I only watched one sort of movie, and it was Death to 2020, which was the mockumentary that premiered on Netflix this week to ring in the new year and give a big thumbs down to 2020. It kind of got skewered by critics, but I'm like, grow a funny bone, you fucks. Like, seriously, it's not meant to be a sitcom style comedy. It's meant to be a satire, and it satires all kinds of things. It satires people who subscribe a little too readily to lame brain conspiracy theories. It satires content creators and Twitch streamers and YouTubers. It satirizes just all kinds of different aspects of our lives that we live in, and most specifically, and also provides a pretty accurate look at how 2020 evolved over the course of the year and went to shit progressively over the course of the year. It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. It's got the guy who played Steve in Stranger Things in it. It's got Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant as this
Nice.
professor dude who's supposed to be the voice of reason, and the words coming out of his mouth though are completely ridiculous a lot of the time, and he's freaking hilarious. And there's this one girl who plays, I don't know who she was, comedic actress, but she played a little too perfectly this character that's just passively aggressively racist, and just a lot of the sort of typical things you see from certain types of people and how they interact. And looked at approach certain situations. I don't want to say too much. You'll get it. You'll get it immediately when you watch. Like, oh yeah, she's supposed to be one of those people. Got it. So she's supposed to kind of represent white, overprivileged middle America, personified. And, anyway, I thought it was very funny, and I actually really enjoyed it a lot. And I definitely recommend it if you enjoy your satire scathing, because this is from the producers of Black Mirror. Need I say more? So, yeah, it's not a Black Mirror episode. It's just from the same people who made it. But
wouldn't that be fucking hilarious if it was?
But I find it funny that the producers of Black Mirror did a thing about 2020 when they were putting up posters for Black Mirror saying, "You are in the new season. 2020 is the new season."
I felt like the fucking new season.
It's
Jesus.
like it's an augmented reality episode of Black Mirror. Yeah. So kind of perfect for them, for their marketing. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Death to 2020. It's only about like 71 minutes. It's pretty short on Netflix, and you can check that out at your leisure. I would suggest checking it out relatively soon while everything's still kind of fresh and relevant in your brains. You get the most out of it. But yeah, I liked it a lot. Yeah, basically a Karen, essentially. Morgan saw it. He said, funny shit, I was dying laughing. Yeah, it's great. It's great. But you do have to have an appreciation for satire, and I think maybe that's why some people didn't particularly warm up to it. I thought it was really well done, and I enjoyed it. I would probably watch it again. Charlie Brooker does good stuff. Yes, he does. The other thing I watched, surprise, surprise, more BoJack Horseman. I actually watched, where was I last week? Like, just starting season 2? Yeah, well, finished season 2, finished season 3, I've started season 4. And holy crap.
Me and Scott have to do season 5 now before you finish so that we can all talk about it.
It's,
That's this weekend, I think.
Yeah, people weren't kidding when they said that show goes to some very dark places. I was like choking back tears at the end of season 3. Like, it was like just thinking about what happened now is making me well up a little bit. But I was just like, oh my god, I hope what just happened isn't what I think what just happened. And then sure enough,
Rip.
that's what happens.
Rip. Yep.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wasn't going to say your hint or
No,
anything.
I would just rip your feelings. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
Jesus
my
Christ.
feelings. Okay.
Like, rip your heart just rips out. Like,
Well,
rip.
yes. But
No,
anyway.
I fucking don't remember the ending. I'm going to go read a wiki.
That's true.
No, I'm kidding. I'm going to read a wiki.
Yeah, no. Well, it's been like literally years since you guys watched it, so.
2 at least, I
But,
think.
yeah, well, all I can say is, wow, what a fantastic show. Like, and it just keeps getting better. Like, the writing is so good. There's one thing that happens in the the finale of season. We're talking about how there's so much plant and payoff in this show. And holy
Yes.
crap, in season
So many rank
3,
gags.
they took it like to a whole new level. All of the crazy shit that Mr. Peanut Butter and Todd had been doing throughout the entire season actually has a massive, brilliant, and completely ridiculous payoff at the end.
Right?
Like, when I saw how all those things came together, I just died laughing. I was like, oh my god. Like, this
The show is
is
so good. And every joke's a running gag. Everyone.
Everything.
Because, like,
they came back to the
you'll be
okay,
big
hold on,
gag in the
hold
first
on.
season that pays off in the third
Hold on.
season. You
They
know?
came back to the Halloween in January store, which is like a thing from like season 1.
Right? That's what I'm saying, you know?
I'm like, oh my god, the Halloween store is still there. Because that's so far out of their minds by that point. It's basically just going to stay there forever. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. It's so good. It has... The writing is so good in that show. Like, not just the character development and everything, but just how complex and interwoven the plots are and how it all fits. Like, everything has a purpose. And when they do those callbacks to other things, it's like, you know, it's just magical. And the thing they did in that season was fantastic. I can't believe how much people didn't seem to like season 3. I was looking at some reviews of some of the key episodes on IMDb, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? You know, like there's one
I don't
episode
think
in
there's
there.
a single bad episode in that series. One of those
No,
shows.
there
A
really
really
isn't.
bad episode.
There's one episode, I think about midway through, that was kind of a creative experiment where BoJack goes to a movie festival that's underwater. So there's like this underwater world, so he has to wear like a thing over his head and stuff like that. And there's a little bit of talking at the beginning, but then the whole episode is silent, other than like muffled sound effects and this really just gorgeous and trippy and very not typical for BoJack music score throughout the whole thing, and these crazy visuals and stuff as he's going through all these different adventures in this underwater world. And it's nuts. It's also hilarious. It's heartwarming. It's got like so much to it, and there's barely a word of dialogue spoken in the whole thing. And then, in spite of all, not in spite of, but in addition to all of that beauty and comedy and pathos, there is like the most oh my god punchline at the end of that episode that I am not going to spoil, but you need to see this episode and just go on that journey. And when you get to that punchline, you're going to be like the same. You'd be just like, oh my god. But it's full of moments like that where it just takes you on this ride, and sometimes you have no idea where it's going, but when it finally gets to that destination, it's just so rewarding to you as a viewer. Yeah, I can't believe how much I've just completely fallen in love with this show. It's so well done, and I highly recommend everybody check it out if you want a comedy that is just incredibly well written, will tear your heart out and stomp all over it in parts, and just take you on the most wonderful journey. BoJack Horseman.
I really
Check it out.
you talk about this. I wish there was a Blu-ray.
There is a Blu-ray of the first 2 seasons. That's it.
You know, that's not what I mean.
I know. Complete series set.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
With the specials.
And, well, there's one special. They only did the one Christmas special, but... And then they did the one that's the intro of Horsing Around, made to look like it's on an old janky VHS tape. Which is great. I actually just saw the episode that finally told the story of how Mr. Peanut Butter got his sitcom, which was the knockoff of Horsing Around. And it's like the producer's like, yeah, we don't really have a title yet. For now, it's just untitled knockoff of Horsing Around. Like, okay, well, they were pretty blatant about that. But Mr. Peanut Butter is, of course, just so clueless and just such a wonderful guy that he just goes along with everything. I just can't say no. Yeah. But, yeah, great stuff. So, next week, I may have finished the series. But, yeah. Anyway, that's all I watched this week. Did I watch anything else? No, I think just some random YouTube videos, and then just did a lot of streaming. A lot of streaming on the Twitches. So,
A lot of twitching.
a lot of twitching. Whole lot of twitching going on.
Mm-hmm.
Whole lot of twitching going on.
Twitchity, twitch.
Twitchity, twitch. Wow, so just coming in at 3 hours. There we go. I guess that's it. Oh, the new Wurzel Gummidge. So now there are 3 episodes of 3 episodes of the new Wurzel Gummidge. Is there any word on the Blu-ray of the original Wurzel Gummidge? I know they were talking about that. Because they found all the film prints, and they were going to clean them up and remaster them, and... Oh, so we don't know. We're still just hoping. Okay. So I know that was the plan, and they found those film prints, like, years ago. And that's what they were talking about, was getting them all scanned and cleaned up and remastered and do a nice big Blu-ray set.
They do it in between episodes of Doctor Who, so you get like They're all working on a new episode of these older new release Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we got 5 minutes. We can work on a few minutes. You know,
Better
we're
Wurzel Gummidge, yeah.
No.
Let's do it like if it's the same team. But yeah, no, I don't know. I
Nine
don't
inches, 14 monkeys in a fucking photo restoration base. So
know.
whatever, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know who it was. I think it was just they found the prints in like an estate sale or something. Like they were in somebody's attic, and like one of the old producers or something. But oh, okay, the COVID. Yeah, that's probably yeah.
Yeah, it slows
Anyway,
everything down.
yeah.
The whole world
it does.
ground to halt, you know.
Well, look how long it took for them to even announce another season set of classic Doctor Who on Blu-ray. Like normally they do like 3 of those a year, 3 or 4 a year. This year we got 1, and it doesn't even have a North American release date yet. So, yeah. However, it is one of the all-time great seasons ever, season 8, which is John Pertwee's second season, the one that introduced the Master. So it's the one that's all Doctor Who versus the Master for the whole season. It's great stuff. Yeah, some great stories in that season. Anyway, I guess we're done. Do you have anything to add, Cram Crypt crew? No?
Nope.
Nope.
Okie dokie then.
Nope.
Well then, not sure when I'm streaming tomorrow. Sometime after The Mandalorian, I guess.
After you sleep and then Mandalorian, yeah.
So, Sundays are generally just chill streams anyway, if I stream at all. Sometimes I just take it as a day of rest. So we'll see. Might do like a short stream in the afternoon. But otherwise, we'll be back on Monday doing Halo, more Halo 2. I think we're getting close to the end of Halo 2 now, actually, too. So, going to be a lot of game changeover in the next few weeks. So, Halo 2 on Monday, Outer Worlds on Tuesday, more Dark Souls on Wednesday. Made actually a lot of progress in that today, earlier. Really fun. And hopefully back to Cyberpunk 2077 on Thursday. I haven't played that in like a week now. Got to get back to that.
And I'm gonna be playing Hades on Monday.
Ooh.
And Goose Game on Wednesday. No, Wednesday afternoon it'll be Goose Game. Monday evening it'll be Hades. Tuesdays, of course, always Art and Tea.
Art and Tea, yes.
Thursday is my first new co-stream with my friend Jocelyn, who's another streamer. We're
cool.
both streaming, I think, Path to Exile or something. I'm not sure.
Nice.
And then Friday, we've got special guest USB Gecko coming to help teach me how to use the synthesizer on my stream.
Oh, finally, eh? Nice.
I've been learning synthesizer stuff on the VCD rack, which is digital.
So that's the deck you got, right? The with the pads or whatever. Or?
No. This is all digital. What I can do, I'm buying an adapter plug so I can use the stylophone. Which you're thinking of.
Yeah.
VCD rack is a classic like synthesizer rack emulator. So it looks like a real rack between synthesizer modules into
so
it.
It's
plugging wires into it. And
yeah. It's like Reason. Reason is like that as well.
I guess it's way crazier, but yes.
Well, no, it's literally the same thing. It's just a different program.
Also, VCD rack is free, 100%, and there's thousands of free modules. I've got hundreds of them installed now. So we're doing that. Hopefully my adapter plugs. I had to buy a pack of adapter plugs for my stylophone. Hopefully it'll be here so we can import sounds from the stylophone into the synthesizer and get some weird shit happening.
Cool.
Oh, but I did get. I mean, it does use this.
Oh,
I use this to play with
that's what I was talking about. What are you talking about?
My stylophone.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah,
I was talking about your keyboard thing with the pads. Weird.
It's a mini synthesizer.
Okay.
It's so cool.
Cool. I didn't even know that you had something like that.
$100. I mean, like it's one of those
If you
things.
look up
You can use the
YouTube.
Amazon Blacksmith link to find it.
There you go.
There are people who on YouTube who have like done covers of popular songs using cell.
Cool.
kind of cool. It reminds me of like 80s style stuff, but it's not really 80s.
Yeah.
Well, Stoudman's been around since like, I think the 50s or the 60s, so it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
It started as
Yeah.
a children's toy.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just a novelty.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alrighty. Well, have yourselves a
Fine.
great day or night, everybody. Be sure to stop by our streams at all the aforementioned times for all the aforementioned fun if you feel so inclined. If not, well, no harm done. We love you anyway. All right. We will see you next time, everybody. Until then, thanks for watching, thanks for chatting, and sayonara.
stray.
Stray, stay. Well, nah, I'm screwing it up wrong. Stay strafe, everybody.